throwback. Well, and cable still.
Yeah. Well.
The fact, Ainsley, and today, on close by. Preview show that we do. I jacket because I was a little chilly when I first got the sun came up. Yeah. Full more and to you need to be back. No, we can't do that. That's like
you know. I see.
Rancor. Well, come down. I believe. Yeah, and you'll never. But turned into be yeah. This is what
kind of get look.
Okay.
A lot of the show turned into nothing but new car. Paper play. So this year that we such a way that we would be more. So all class winners, but it'll be 1962, 1963 and up trophies. So is a lot than for the old. So the full customs in the low.
Well, I know most of the guys, but
well, Livingston, you know. No, it's just primarily we covered quite.
Yeah.
Well, heck, it could take you 2.5 hours to drive across Houston. Easy to cover it.
Well, I have to constables that patrol, which I didn't see this morning, thank goodness, because I minutes off that commute from sure. We're still.
I don't know. You know they're playing there.
What?
Those are those cars. And I've talked to several officers that say they hate
nobody.
Stop. It's so dangerous because of the speeds. So as a decoy just to slow you down.
Why don't I?
Oh, well, they do that when you're.
That
That's
That car,
it's a beautiful car.
and a lot, but
The schooled on the
yeah,
well, you know, the unique,
strange.
well, and that has got.
Yep. Oh, 6, 7 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a joy.
Interesting. How do you? Or
You got to imagine, though, these cars and were a lot.
Right.
So he had to repaint the car, repolish. It was,
You know, Michael is the franchise for this area.
that's correct. And
It's a miracle that I even remembered that.
yeah.
But there is.
Okay.
Was on this area. He posted on Facebook. Tell you something. I see some.
One about my job is being able to help people, and I run across so many today where an elderly man has passed away and built, a really nice hot rod that he was taking, showing,
Or a collection of them.
or a collection.
and
of
the
them.
wife wants to sell it for what he said he
And
spent on it.
She has no idea what the car's worth. Okay, so she needs somebody to come
Yes.
look. A fine example of that, and I'm hoping you'll get to talk to him a little bit later.
I hope he's still alive.
No, this is where the car ended up with
I see.
Michael Kamen's Fine Motor Car.
Okay.
He's a good friend of mine and a very nice gentleman. But this was a 61 Impala convertible.
Okay.
283, 2-speed automatic, restored to the nines. Looked like it drove off the showroom
It looks like
floor.
a house.
I mean, it was beautiful.
Yep.
It was perfect. I praised the car out at $65,000. The lady asked me, said, I really don't want people coming. How can I sell this car? And I said, well, I know a gentleman that will consign that car for you for a small fee, and he'll do all the test drives and the paperwork and take care of that for
How
you.
convenient is that for her?
Very, very, because it's a traumatic time to them,
Yep.
for them to begin with.
Absolutely, of course.
They've lost a life partner. So Michael got this particular went to there's magazines out there like oldcars.com, Hemmings Motor News.
Right.
I put ads in all of those. I did some radio ads here in Houston, just various places. And then now it's really starting to be word of mouth.
Oh, yeah.
You know, after the fourth year.
And social media, you know, and they talk about, hey, I went to this last year, the year before, and I'm going to go to it again. And that kind of brings, each person's going to bring a couple of friends of theirs, and that's going to help you grow as well.
Yeah, most of them said it was the venue, but the majority of them said Woody's just such a great guy, I had to come again.
We all said that, but we didn't want to tell you that because we know about your ego. I mean,
There you go.
That's right. We can't even get it in the door. But and just for those people that don't know, this point around Galveston Bay is literally a point.
Yes.
And it's called Fool Point.
April Fools.
Not Fools, Fool Point.
This is April Fool's Point.
Yes, well.
He grew up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other end of the island is Eagle Point.
Got you. Well, it sits out really in the middle of Galveston Bay.
We have water on three sides of us here at this location.
And it is stunning backdrop. If you want to have your car, have a portrait of your car, this is the perfect place to come.
And that's something I'd like to say. We're going to have a video of what do you call him?
Videographer.
Here that's got a new product that he's promoting, that he's doing actually a video book of your car.
Nice.
Where he catches it in action going down the road and this, that, and the other. It's really, he's going to have examples of it here to show. So you'll be able to see that later on this afternoon.
Very nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, it truly is. I mean, if you park your car in the right spot, wow.
Yeah.
What a great
The background is stunning.
The only thing that would have been added to value would have the battleship Texas going by,
yeah.
which it did this particular point.
Oh,
I know because I
it went
flew
by
it.
out here where you could see it? Oh,
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it went across Galveston Bay.
Yeah, if you go to Willie G's restaurant there in Galveston, you
Yeah.
can look right across, and it's in dry dock right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is pretty amazing in itself.
But we don't want to go there. We want to go to Top Water Grill
in
San Leon.
And if you're thinking that, oh my gosh, I can't do that. It's really not that bad of a drive.
Right.
45, the Gulf Freeway, southbound, like you're going to go to Galveston, exit Dickinson,
517.
FM 517, and you hang a left underneath the freeway and just keep on, keep
going
on
straight. Yeah.
Keep going east until you get to almost to the bay, and you make a right at the stop sign, and end of the road, you're at Top Water Grill.
And it's good fresh seafood. I don't know if you noticed the shrimp boat park down here, but he owns several shrimp boats too, where he supplies his own shrimp.
Are
for
you
the
serious?
restaurant.
I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Yeah, it's caught. What do they say? Slept in the Gulf last night.
It slept in the Gulf last night. You know, I think that I've done that a time or two. But I don't want to get into any of the details of that. Okay, so you're expecting over 200 cars here?
Easily.
Easily. See, did people pre-register?
You know, I didn't do that because you never know what the weather's going to do.
Right.
God's blessed me all 4 years now with exceptional weather for the show. But I hate to, have to go back and give refunds and do this and do that. So no, it's you pay at the gate, and it's just first come, first serve.
And for those that maybe are on their way and listening in the car, or those that are thinking, well, do I really want to go? Yes, there are plenty slots still open. Bring your ride. All of my friends that go to Chrome and Coffee, which is tomorrow, by the way, over at the Avalon Diner, all of those guys, this is a great drive down here on a Saturday morning. There is no doubt about it. And once you get here, you'll want to stay, because it's funny that the whole car show cruise in kind of thing has grown to the point now. I looked just yesterday, and I don't remember what website it was, but I went onto a website, and it shows all of the car shows. Cruise-ins on the weekends are, it's blown up.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
They're everywhere.
And so this is a great cruise down, and bring your car down here and register at the front gate, and you're in.
And you're basically on this point, you're right on Galveston Bay, so there's a nice cool breeze, beautiful sunny day. I don't think it could be much better unless I had
I don't either.
Bloody Mary in my hand.
Well, that should be, I believe they're going to open the bar here in about 45 minutes. And the first round's on me.
That sounds like a start to me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's going to keep me here for a while.
Yeah.
Just that alone. For no
But
other
yeah,
reason.
I've got to say thank you to all the people that come to the show and help me support it the way they do.
Well, I saw Biff up at the front gate.
You did see Biff. Biff
Oh,
is
yeah.
going to be one of the judges.
We
this
see
year.
Biff everywhere.
Yeah.
There must be multiple Biffs.
Yeah. But that's what started this show. You know, with my wagon, I've done, numerous shows in Houston, and it seems like I always end up in some parking lot with nary a tree in sight. It's on a hot summer day. You know,
That's typical for Houston.
It's just there's no real draw other than just the car.
Oh, yeah.
And this place, you got the cars, you've got the water.
Got great food.
You got the women. I've got a couple of models hired that can pose with your cars for you if you want to.
Careful how you say that.
What are you pointing at, David?
So there's a lot of good things going on here today.
Over there, that one.
Oh, I thought you
Got,
pointed at David.
got us a real good disc jockey this year out of Galveston. DJ Mike's going to be spinning the tunes. So we hope to have a good show.
Well, it looks like it's going quite well so far. I noticed looks like a new paint job on the old wagon over there.
It is completely done. The only thing that didn't get painted was the roof.
Yeah.
And, it was so simple what caused it all. I was at a show in Richmond, Texas, Old Town Richmond.
Yep.
And if you've ever been there, you notice that the curbs are 6 inches tall.
Yep.
Okay. So I parked up maybe a foot and a half from the curb, so there would be room to walk behind the car if somebody wanted to. And I opened the back window, but I didn't let down the tailgate. And I had my chair against the building there, and everybody's talking to me about appraisal business and talking to me about my car. And out of the corner of my eye, I see this fella. And he had to have been 95, 96 years old.
Well, my God, it's Don Armstrong.
In a powered wheelchair. And he pulled up to the back of my car. And when he bent over to try to see inside, he hit the little lever. And his front wheels went off the edge of the deal. Threw him to the ground.
Oh, my God.
But the motorized car, hit the back of my car and knocked a chunk of paint out about the size of a softball.
Oh, boy.
And it was that old house. It was a 3-stage House of Color candy apple metallic.
You ain't going to match
Impossible to
that.
match.
Can't blend it. You cannot blend it. So I had to entirely strip the car. And
Well, we could have put a in-wheel time sticker on it.
I could have, or a big ouch or something.
Or
like
either that, or
Yeah.
I'm thinking about a bullet hole.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that would be a bomb hole,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah. But,
And how mad can you get at him? I mean, you're so concerned that he
you
fell.
know, that's the first thing the
Yeah.
insurance got. Did you get his name and number? No.
Did he register his wheelchair?
Was he okay? Did he have a concussion after he fell out of the car?
No, it bruised him up a little bit, I mean, matter of fact, you can see even though I'm wearing a Band-Aid today, the skin gets a little thin when you get older, and it doesn't take a whole lot to just cut you open,
Well, early in the morning, Don's got very thin skin before his third cup of coffee.
Yeah, I am a bit testy, aren't I?
But I went back with a PPG pearlescent red this time. And I think,
something should have knocked out of it, then you'll be able to
blend it
blend
very
it back.
easily.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it made the car look a little fresher.
It does.
Resto
Yeah,
model.
definitely.
It's shade or two darker than
Yes.
it was. No, I think it looks gorgeous. And then the pearl white really sets it off. The two pearl colors, it looks gorgeous. Well, tell us about the car, because people hear us talk about it.
Well,
you
it's
got about 60 seconds.
It's a 1956 Pontiac 860 two-door Handyman wagon.
860.
860. They had an 870 that was a four-door wagon, and then they had the Safari, which was the deluxe version, which is comparable to a Nomad. This would be comparable to a Chevrolet 210.
A B210.
Yes.
Got it.
Except it's an 860, so it's more of a car.
There you go.
But you also have it's an LS. Model.
That argument's been going on for years, but Pontiac was actually above Chevrolet
Always.
class.
Yeah.
Always, yes.
But
I remember.
I had Camaro people argue with me years. I had a 77 Trans Am, and they always said, well, you should have got the Camaro. It's the top of the line.
The progression was Chevrolet, Pontiac, Olds Buick repaired, Cadillac.
Absolutely.
And then somewhere at some point, Hummer and Saturn and Saab all mixed.
Don't even go there, please. That's we don't.
We're not real sure
Forget
where
that.
But other than paint, I left it pretty. I put some better seats in it to make it more comfortable to drive. But I left the dash and all original in the car so that you can kind of get an idea of the way things worked back in the day.
Right.
Well, Woody, we're looking forward to the show. I know that you got people hounding you,
Yes.
wanting to talk to you, so you go do that. We're going to do a car review and move on with the show, and I know we got lots of guests that you're going to supply some.
I will send some up.
Okay, and we look forward to it. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Thanks
Good to
for
see
having
you.
me.
Thank you, sir. I want to remind everybody that if you want to get in touch with us, our email address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for this hour's car review. Had a chance to drive the 2022 Lexus Gx 460. And I said earlier it's a throwback because it is. It's 12 years old.
Is it really?
It's 12.
They haven't updated that thing in 12 years?
No.
That
Well,
is-
now updates are relative, but it's the same body.
Okay.
It's the same four-door, squared-off, Land Rover-looking Lexus. Okay. And so let me tell you about it. It comes in a base, a premium, and a luxury trim. The reviewed trim level was the Black Line Special Edition, and I'll get into that in a second. It is body-on-frame, full-size SUV. Will seat up to 7 passengers with that third row back there. Good luck. That wasn't originally planned as a third-row vehicle, so they smashed a third row back in there. And it's weird the way that the seats work. The bottom cushion in the third row slides underneath the actual fold-down part that has the back to the seat. It's a strange deal that I've never seen.
It's different.
Very different. Exterior features. By the way, this car has no exterior changes and hasn't really had any because it was introduced in 2010 and they haven't done anything to it.
2010?
2010. It's 12 years old.
That's kind of unusual to go that long without
Yeah,
problems.
I know.
Especially
It is.
for an import.
Now they have managed to put a touch screen. Well, let me take that back. An actual infotainment screen in there with that touchpad deal that they're going away from. I saw
So they've heard your reviews.
Yes,
of it.
and everybody else's. Okay, let's move on. Exterior features: massive, oversized spindle grille on this thing with sharp angled headlights. It kind of has a Range Rover upright look to it. Big fenders over the wheel openings give it a muscular look. Built-in side steps are handy. What I liked about it, the overall look is still relevant, even though it is a 12-year-old design. Actually, design is older than that.
Which means they did it right the first time.
Apparently. It is attractive. What could use improvement? The swing-open rear hatch is troublesome when someone parks too close in the rear. So,
It swings open like a front door.
correct.
That's unusual.
It's hinged
and
on
it's one door.
one door.
It's not a
No.
bi-door.
No, it's one door.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that is unusual.
It is unusual, and they don't make those, and there's a reason for it because you can't. If somebody parks behind you, or if you're in the garage and you've backed it in up against, because to get it in there you've got to back it up against the wall. You ain't opening that unless you move the vehicle out a little bit to open the rear door. Kind of a pain. Interior highlights: new 10.3-inch touchscreen. Also has the touchpad on the console that complicates control of it. Layout of the dash and console are not integrated. It's kind of like a sectional couch that you can move around. Well, this is kind of like that. Second row captain's chairs are optional. Greenhouse offers great visibility. Cargo trunk room small with the third row up. What I liked about it, the Black Line Edition has black ash steering wheel and trim. You got to be very careful how you say that. Black ash. Say that. Black ash.
The wood is black ash.
Black ash. Shh. That's correct. Any other questions?
Yeah, what happens if you get a hole in it?
The steering wheel itself is made of wood.
Black ash.
But it's made of wood.
Well, it's got, yes, wood accents. in it.
So you're holding black ash whenever you're driving.
Ash. Yeah, correct. 4.6-liter V8, 301 horsepower, 329 pound-feet of torque, 6-speed automatic transmission. I'm telling you, it's old school. Tow rating 6,500 pounds.
That's not bad.
Rating, miles per gallon, 15 in the city and 19 on the highway for a combined of 16. I was light on the throttle as I motored down the Sam Houston Tollway and got 18.1 miles per gallon.
But that's pushing a lot of wind.
Over 351.9 miles. What I liked about it, power is adequate. Can't imagine handling 4 people and towing a 6,500-pound boat behind it, but another story for another day. What could use improvement? More efficient propulsion and more power. 10-speed automatic would help, I think. But I would imagine that that's in the works. But, you know, Toyota Lexus, they like to think about it for a while. The new RX is coming out either late this year or early next year. Can't wait for that. But gives you an idea of they don't do.
When they have something that works, they're going to ride that horse.
Absolutely, all the way to the end. Ride and handling fairly smooth on road. Opt for the off-road package to get the air suspension, which I love the air suspension. What could use improvement? Shorter overhangs for off-roading. Base trim price, $66,710. I don't know what the price as tested is because they didn't give me a Monroney, but the base model price is $56,125, which is not bad for that size of a vehicle. Competitors, Land Rover Discovery, $61,900, Mercedes-Benz GLE class, $58,650, and the BMW X5 for $62,900. And that is my review of the 2022 Lexus GX 460. Thank you very much for playing. Time now for the cruise-in calendar.
So tomorrow is Chrome and Coffee at the Avalon Diner on Southwest Freeway in Stafford. Starts at 9 a.m. Not only is it a great meet to come to, it's great food to eat as well. Also tomorrow, the Wimberley Cars and Coffee at Bianco Brew off of Ranch Road in Wimberley, and that starts at 8 a.m. Also at 8 a.m. is Classic Cars, Coffee, and Donuts at the Whitehall Cafe in Navasota. On Monday night at Becker Wraps in College Station, and that starts at 8:30 p.m. and goes on to 10. Also tomorrow is the Woodlands Cars and Coffee for a Cause on Six Pines. You know, and our friend of the show, Randy Weldon, he's always facilitating that. That's a lot of fun to go to, and they raise money for local Montgomery County charities. Pistons in the Park is in Pflugerville. And that's it.
All right, thank you. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on the iHeartRadio app and Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. 30-minute podcasts available from your favorite podcast provider. In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting.
From Woody's Waterfront Car Show in San Leon, Texas, it's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, more car talk from the motorheads you've come to love and appreciate, and participants from today's show. Later, Conrad will have This Week in Auto History. We'll get you updated on the stories making car news this week as well. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin.
I'm over here.
The fabulous David Ainsley. And let's not forget, Jeff Heitzman has come to support the show today.
Yay.
We appreciate it. I'm Don Armstrong. Mr. Mars, looks like we got a little special surprise guest.
Yes, you know, we talk to them once or twice a year, every year.
What?
At God's Garage, because we need all the help we can get for sure. And we finally get to meet Brad Thompson in real.
And
He's here.
So I saw you guys are going to be down here. We actually, my wife and I own a lot over here in San Leon. We're about to build a house.
Oh.
So we come down here. We park our motorhome on the lot. We look at. I saw you're going to be here, so I put a note on Facebook. Hey, special guest appearance by Brad Thompson. You do not invite yourself on a show without bringing gifts.
Gifts. That's exactly. Thank you so much.
So you guys
It's God's
can
Garage hat.
divvy those hats up.
Thank you very much.
And I just wanted to come meet you guys in person and say thank you for having us on your show. All the exposure we get with God's Garage, the fact that we get to take in donated vehicles and then fix them and give them away to single moms is a tremendous thing to get to do. But then to have the attention of guys like you that, can seek us out and say, hey, we think what you do is really neat. Come be on our show.
Well, we appreciate it.
Oh, no, we appreciate it. We're very grateful to get a chance to do this.
What are you working on in the garage today?
Oh, gosh. We give away, 10 to 15 cars a month.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're going to do probably a little
Turn
bit.
them pretty quick.
We're going to do a little over 100 this year. As a matter of fact, I'll send you a picture of the new garage being built. We're still looking at probably about the end of the year. We do little Facebook updates on those, and we would love to have you guys come out and do a show from inside a garage. This is a beautiful setting, but man, the wind's kicking through here.
Listen, we're very demanding, and you must
Yeah, I
have
know.
a palapa outside, the party palapa
Okay.
at God's Garage.
Can you give me a resource where I can find a party palapa?
I know people.
We can't even spell
He
it.
does.
I can't either. I
Not
have no idea what it
anybody
is.
that can
Right?
do a palapa, but he knows people.
I have no idea what it is, so that's why.
This is
I think it's a sandwich.
Well, and
That's
the
a
other
falafel.
thing is, any of our listeners that are interested, it's godsgarage.org, O-R-G. If you want to support the program, jump on there, and there's a donation page as well.
Yeah, it is. And donate your vehicle, and we'll take good care of it. We'll make you proud of it. And if we can, you can come be part of it when we give it away, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But thank you guys.
Thank
I
you.
don't want to crash the show, but I did bring hats, so I know
Oh,
better.
yeah, you're
Party
good.
crasher.
And it's good to meet you guys all.
Good
in
to
person.
see you.
Right.
Good to
Thank
see you. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, we also have another guest down here at the end. And Mr. Mars, would you please do the introduction there, please?
Yes, sir.
As you were going to walk off.
Yeah, everybody that has came in. We came in early this morning. We saw this gold car up there, and nobody knew really what it was, but it's obviously
gold.
It's a custom, a Barris custom, a 1967 Tornado custom, and it belongs to Roman Corpus, sitting right here.
Roman,
Good morning.
good morning. Thanks for joining us. And apparently I owe you, according to Conrad, an apology because I called your car weird. Has anybody ever called your car weird?
There's been a number of different comments made, different definitions.
Well,
for
I
it,
mean,
but
weird is not, to me, the definition of weird is
Yeah, you call me weird all
unique.
the time.
Unique. I mean, we could come up with lots of them. I
Sure.
could look it all up on there, but weird's one. I've never seen a car like it. It's weird.
it's weird both that and unique. That's the nice thing about
Well,
it.
I know. I mean, and listen, for those of us that are in the custom car business and we like custom cars, weird is good because it's unique. I've never seen anything like it before. Tell us what it is.
No, you're definitely right, 100%. It's got some unique looks to it, the dimensions, the lines, and everything with it.
And the fender.
Oh, it's
fenders.
yeah, it just busts right out.
It
It's-
does.
It's typical George Barris from late '60s and early '70s with what he built. So
Yeah,
this
With the
vehicle-
exaggerated lines.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Everything's just basically it's almost on steroids with what he did. He gets a unique vision, then he starts working with it. So this vehicle was actually designed by him and built. There was 4 of them that were manufactured for Imperial Oil up in Canada.
Imperial Oil.
Yeah, which is Exxon's division up in Canada. So it's,
Are you from Canada?
I grew up in Canada.
I could tell by that accent. Did you play hockey?
Always have to play hockey. It's like playing baseball or football down here. That's all it is.
I'm a big hockey fan. Huge.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
It's the only sport where you can get in a fight and just get a penalty. Not
Well,
thrown out.
I've always
Maybe
been a
get a
Gordie.
penalty. May not
Gordie
go.
Howe is my hero, and then when he played with his sons with the Houston Aeros, I know
Sure.
going off topic.
I actually went to a fight and a hockey game broke out.
That's exactly how it happens.
And I bet you played hockey yourself.
Oh, I sure did, and I'm paying for it today.
I'll bet you are. Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, you sir are my hero.
So tell us more about the car.
Yeah, so the vehicle basically,
Shut
like I said, Imperial Oil contracted George Barris to manufacture 4 of them. of which this is one of 3 still in existence. There's 2 up in Canada, but this one's been in our family since 1968.
Oh,
So-
my God.
Yeah,
wow.
so
So
basically
you
it
guys
was
got
a
it
year old.
early.
Yeah, and just maintain it from there and
Did
everything.
you buy it from the oil company?
No, we did not. What it was is basically people's names were put into a raffle. It was a whole entire full year.
Oh, my
of
gosh, it's a
celebration.
raffle car?
Yeah, yeah. So they just went right out and did all that. So anybody who bought fuel, through Imperial Oil, they could do that, and they get into the raffle. They put their name in, so then it was drawn and presented to these people throughout the year and everything. Now, the way we acquired it is my sister's godfather, friend of my dad. He was ferrying it to get it sold in another area of the country, and lo and behold, sure enough, he comes home one night and talks to my mom about it, and she goes, "Yeah, let's buy it. It's weird."
It's weird. Thank you. Thank you. Did you hear that, Conrad?
Yes, I did.
Okay. He always corrects me, and that's fine. But I'm
So
sorry.
the base starting car, and I'm an Oldsmobile fanatic.
There you go.
I worked for Oldsmobile for
Yep.
25 years. But the base car is a 67 Tornado.
That is correct, yeah.
So 425.
Yes.
425 transmission.
The 400 transmission.
Well,
Yep, but
well,
yeah,
425
yep.
when they turned it.
Yeah, that thing's kind of
sideways.
unique because it's all gear driven. We had it torn apart, and you would think it's something industrial out for marine applications. The way that transmission's all set up, because nowadays it's just water and clutches. Well, not water, but fluids. That thing had a full chain. Just you take a bicycle chain, but make it about 80 pounds heavy.
And if I remember correctly, kind of a unique back seat.
This one here has been stretched 15 inches. So with that, being front wheel drive, you've got the flat floor, which is nice, gives you all that space. So what they did is they've got a single seat on the one side with a fold up card table, of which the passenger side front seat can turn around 180 degrees.
oh my God.
Because these were designed to
To go to drive-ins is what they were designed
that's
to do.
Exactly it. Well, that was the back part of it. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's even a nice chest in the back, AM FM radio on the front and back
Oh
with 8
my
track.
God, it's a party car.
That's it. And then the other back seat is actually a wraparound seat, so it's wrapped around with a curve 90 degrees.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Kind of like the couch,
Yes, exactly.
the curved couch.
That is bizarre because it doesn't look like it's been stretched.
No, it was fantastic. You can see the photos. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if you get to the side of it, because I was eavesdropping while he was explaining how the windows work, there's actually an extra window in there.
Oh,
you got
yeah.
the door window, then there's another window, then there's the back window,
Yeah.
and that's where you can see the stretch.
I gotcha.
If
Where
you
the
can-
stretch is between the end of the front door and the beginning of the quarter glass.
Well, I don't
So
know about that,
right.
but you can see it because of the glass. You can realize it's stretched.
Yeah. And then basically the other thing is just continuing on with that. There's a lot more fiberglass work because typically they're always built out of metal, but basically the front and rear panels on that vehicle are all fiberglass, so they're hand molded and formed that way through Barris and his crew. And when we got into working with it on the restoration, that was the biggest thing that you'd seen is basically they just took a mold and just started shaving it down and contouring whatever lines they wanted. That's all it was.
Wouldn't you love to have been working in the Barris studios back then? Having 4 of those things lined up in there, working them all at the same time? Oh my gosh, how much fun would that be?
So the upper rear quarter panels, what are called the flying buttresses.
Yep.
Those are glass or those are steel?
There's the transition pieces right around that area. I don't know exactly where that line is, but it does come down and go in between the two. So basically, we walk over there.
Because I know that's quite different from the
Yeah,
Tornado,
yeah.
which basically the glass was flat and wrapped around the C-pillar,
yeah,
where this, they
exactly.
actually extended those buttresses out a little bit. And then it's also got a rear spoiler on it.
It does. It's unique that way. It's got the little lip that just curves up, 2-3 inches on it. It's just got that a lot of uniqueness to it. In doing the restoration, the gentlemen who were working on it, they identified a lot of things that they see being done today, and they feel that was the origin of it. People took some stuff off of Barris, just coming down to the door handles, even everything like that, because they are flush with the vehicle.
Okay.
Push
I
with your
just
thumb.
noticed it,
Yeah, you push with your thumb, and then you pull the handle, and you see that.
Seeing
a lot.
Dave Kindig thinks he's
That's-
cool.
that's exactly
George
it.
Barris did it back in '67.
There you go.
Tail lights.
There you go.
The
Yes.
tail lights are definitely unique.
Yes, and they're sequential, so they basically like the
Oh,
old
nice.
Mustangs. Yes, exactly.
Well, why doesn't that surprise me? Now, have you ever shown this at like Autorama?
You know what? This thing just came out of the shop after a 2-year restoration. So this is we had it in Galveston the other week for Moody. They had an inaugural.
Are you going to bring it to Autorama?
We're talking about it. Yeah,
You should. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Most definitely.
Now you trailered this in.
We did. Yeah, I did today. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's I'm located in League City, and that's all the work was done through Kima, that area. And
I think that car would be a perfect fit for Autorama. You know, to reintroduce a
Sure.
real Barris car
Yep.
that hasn't been changed since Barris made it.
Right.
I mean, is this even the original color that it was?
this is original color. They had the 4 of them, of which 2 of them were gold, 1 was burgundy, and then 1 was olive. So we went back to original color as much as we could on this one here, paint match it and everything, and then the interior is actually still all original. Just cleaned it up and everything.
Really?
But all
Wow.
the shag carpet right down to that.
Yeah,
and the ice chest,
baby.
there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
how cool is that?
What do you do for a living?
I work in the refinery industry. We do maintenance within the refineries, and I moved down here 25 years ago from Canada with work, and got out of the snow.
Yeah.
You know,
Aren't you glad?
Got out of the snow and into the fire.
Well, and that's exactly it. You know, the one thing about the snow, you can just work harder and put clothing on. Once you get down here and you're hot, you can't peel down too far.
Oh yeah, you can.
But you don't want to know about that.
Yeah, yeah.
We're a weird bunch on this show.
So suspensions all original Tornado.
Yes.
All they did was cut in the middle and extended it.
That is correct. That is correct. You can actually see on the very front clip, it's when they removed it, you can see the original panels where they just cut off the front quarters and just pounded them in with hammers just to be able to make that fiberglass fit around it.
Well, and those front fenders are quite unique.
They're huge.
They're
how they
pronounced,
kind of
yeah.
pontooned them even to a degree, which to me kind of brings in some of that 30s style
Sure.
as well. That
Yeah.
how big they are. How wonderful is that? Now I have seen. I don't know that it was yours, but I have seen this car, one of the others maybe, that has kind of floated around in the Oldsmobile world through
Right.
the years. But this is my first time to take an up-close look. And before I get out of here, I'm going to take some pictures. And if you don't mind, I'm going to post them on the Oldsmobile Club of America
Sure.
page.
No, I'd be privileged for that. Yeah.
How cool is that? And when we get the podcast of this interview done, I'm going to go ahead and post that up as well.
Yeah, no.
I'm impressed. I mean, when I first saw the car driving up, I'm like, is it really? No, it couldn't be. There aren't very many of them. And then to find out that it is one of those
Right.
George Barris cars, that is just way too cool.
Yeah.
It truly is. I've obviously never seen one. It's weird.
You're gonna have to get him ball cap with that on it. It's weird.
No, he's got other stuff that says I'm weird. He doesn't need to go to Austin to be weird. He can be weird all by himself.
Thank you.
Most places, of course.
So, but your family has had this car since '68.
That is correct.
That in itself
that
is
is a
amazing.
story
Yes.
to itself.
Yeah.
And you hauled it down here from Canada.
I sure did, yeah. I had it under tarps and everything. A number of people asked me if I actually had 2 vehicles underneath there, just because of the length of it. And it's like,
Is
what
it? See, to me, sitting here, which really isn't a fair observation, but to me, sitting here, it's not that far off from the original size of the car.
It's
9 inches longer, you said?
It's 15 inch
Oh,
stretch.
15 inches.
Yeah, and then you go with the bumperettes at each end, and this car is just sitting a little over 21 feet.
Are those original wheel covers?
Those, no, they're actually, each of the vehicles have got some unique abilities to them. So this one here is more custom than the other ones. The other ones that I've looked at and we've discussed and seen, some of them look like they're factory, but these ones here just really couldn't identify them because they're actually 2-piece. They come apart with that
Really?
center hub, yeah.
Because you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember correctly, the Tornados had wheel covers that were kind of stood off from the wheel, I guess, because of the drive hub.
Oh yeah, because the offset of the top of the wheel is the flange to mount the wheel to the hubs is way out there, and then the tires and the offset of the wheels are inboard, which is very unusual because of the front wheel drive system in it.
Yeah.
Definitely correct. Yep.
How did I remember
have you
that?
seen the other 2 cars?
I have not. The one that I had seen, it might be the one you referred to, was sold 8-10 years ago out of St. Louis, I believe. They did a restoration here. It went back up into Western Canada. And the other one, from what's been identified, is it's in eastern Canada. It's been in a family since the mid-'80s or something like that.
So who did the restoration work for you?
Creative Classics and Customs in Kemah. They're the ones. And then also Kemah Automotive did the driveline, electrical. Both of those two facilities are basically, they're just across the street from each other. I've worked with Creative Classics before, and identifying someone who can do the fiberglass work, that was probably the big thing. The thing that I really enjoyed talking with John Harden on it was initially when they looked at the vehicle, he already had a plan as to how to take off that front clip. Because basically you've got the hood, but then the fenders and the front were all one piece.
Oh, wow.
And fiberglass. So he was like, we need to make a jig to be able to remove this and take it off. And
without damaging it, yeah.
Do you have it insured with Haggerty?
No, I went through numerous other facilities on that one there, but no, not right now with that one. That was just fresh, so I just got it punched out pretty quick.
What is something valued at like that?
You know, it's one of those things. Being a weird vehicle, it's in the eye of the beholder.
Well, you know who the man is Woody. He would be.
Woody actually did. Yeah, he did an appraisal for me on that about 4 months ago, and we're six figures.
No doubt.
And I had seen the appraisal on it. I'm just stunned to see the car. Thank you so much for bringing it out. And like I said, are you going to be here through the end of the show?
I'm here for it today. Yep.
You're here for the awards.
Yes, sir.
And I will definitely make my way over to it and take some cool pictures of it. That is
so unique, so different.
Yeah, just breathtaking.
Well, we sure appreciate you stopping by. It's great talking to you.
Hey.
Oh,
gosh.
I don't know if I pulled that up or not.
No, you haven't used that yet.
It's the out and about. That's what
it's out and about.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you. Okay, time now for This Week in Auto History. Conrad, we love auto history, and I know that you've started off with something unique and fun.
Well, in 1908, William Durant,
I remember it well.
He merged Buick and Oldsmobile into General Motors, later adding Cadillac for $4.4 million, and then adding Oakland. But he also had a number of parts suppliers, one of them being AC spark plugs, and that all became General Motors. And then in 1925, construction on the infamous Nürburgring racing circuit was completed, and it was referred to as the Green Hell.
Why?
Well, it's a 12.9-mile course through the Eiffel Forest in Germany, with some of the most dangerous road segments on the planet, curving around 73 corners in that 12.9 miles and changing elevation about 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, one of the cool things about it today, there are actually what they call ring taxis. These guys take you out in these hot-rodded BMWs as a driver, and they drive the ring all the time, so they know the course quite well. And you ride as a passenger and scream like a 7-year-old girl
like
on
I
a roller
do
coaster.
Have you ever ridden with Don?
And that would be a fun ride, because I wouldn't want to drive it not knowing the course.
No.
But to get in it with somebody who knows the course would be a totally fun ride.
Yes, absolutely.
And there's, they still use the ring today. A lot of manufacturers.
How much that costs?
Not real sure. I should have looked that up.
Next week.
A lot of manufacturers still use the ring today to test their vehicles on it. Corvette has been on it a number of times as well. In 1928, work began on Chicago's new Galvin Manufacturing Corporation. The company had officially incorporated the day before. In 1930, Galvin would introduce the Motorola radio, the first mass-produced commercial car radio. The name has two parts: motor, which evokes cars and transportation, and Ola.
Hola.
It's not Ola the way you think of it, but that was derived from Victrola, which many people in those days thought of as the music.
If you're not seeing the picture, but don't let Mike see it, because he'll be buying wires for it.
He'll be buying something.
But this is a tubed radio.
Right.
You remember tubes,
God,
John?
yes.
Yep.
In 1937, Duesenbergs were considered the most luxurious car in the world, handcrafted and custom-made, heated as the epitome of flamboyance and elegance. The clientele of Duesenbergs were the rich and famous through the years, with Clark Gable and a number of those other Hollywood types.
Don Armstrong.
Don Armstrong. And that's where the expression came from, that it's a doozy. That expression came from it's a Duesenberg, and they called it it's a doozy because that was
blinded by the light,
the best of the best.
Yep.
Because I was blinded by the light.
Well, you were blinded by something else, but second thing to go. In 1948, Honda Motor Company incorporated and developed a motorized bicycle powered by Honda's first mass-produced engine. The success of the bicycle led to a small truck, and now I say small truck, I mean super small truck, like a micro-size truck.
Like a Love. Right.
And the T60 truck appeared in 1963, and then they started with the S500 Roadster, which is quite collectible today, the little two-seat, kind of like a British MG-looking Roadster. In 1955, this week was when James Dean was killed in Cholome, California.
Where?
Driving his
Cholome.
Cholome, Cholame. I've driven through it. There's a memorial and everything there. It's on the way to Paso Robles. Mm-hmm. And that was where he'd passed away.
You're so worldly. You go to all these.
I have my moments. Yeah. And 1978, car and driver editor Don Sherman set a Class E record at the Bonneville Salt Flats during driving a Mazda Rx-7, the standard bearer for rotary engines in the U.S. market. Now, the interesting thing is when you look at this car, he went 183.9 miles an hour in a Mazda Rx-7.
No.
And it didn't have all of the crazy aerodynamic features on it that you would think it did. It was basically a stock body. It didn't have any big wing or big front spoiler on it.
And it wasn't rusted yet.
Well, not yet, but I'm sure it sounded like a bumblebee going down the highway. And then did you get my sound? Did you read my text?
I'm sorry.
In 1982, the first episode of Knight Rider aired, starring who? David Hasselhoff as a private eye, Michael Knight. However, the real star of the show was KITT, the talking car and modified Pontiac Firebird. And what did KITT stand for?
Knight Industry
2000.
KITT.
Yeah.
Knight Industry 2000. Okay.
So
okay.
That is this week in auto history.
Hubba hubba.
2000.
And a hubba hubba.
Oh, God. All right. Thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't get your music.
We were supposed to hear the music of Knight Rider.
I know, but I was consumed with other stuff yesterday, and I didn't have time to download it.
It's your fault.
It is. Actually, no, it wasn't her fault. She didn't join the party until later in the day.
Okay.
Time now for some of the recalls and news headlines making stories this week. Battery electrode is improperly sized on the BMW 745e for 22.
What?
The 22. Yeah, battery electrode is improperly sized. Okay.
Well, they're calling it an electrode. I think it's the post on the battery.
Do they still have posts? Do they put post batteries in a 745e?
Yeah.
How old school and cheap is that?
Well, you got to remember, it's only been two types of batteries. There's been a side post and a top post. They still use top post. Heck, General Motors used side post batteries for 20 years and never did get it right. Yep. They all leaked.
We just put a top post battery in Kathy's car.
Do you own a 2022 Ford F-150? Well, improper airbag deployment has recalled your car, truck. Ford Motor Company fuel line may be loose on the Explorer and the Ranger for 2022.
Causing a thermal event.
And parking lights may flicker on the Ford Bronco and the F-150 for the 22 and 23 model years. You know, that has become a huge story and a thorn in Ford's side with all of these recalls and crap that they're turning out. It's a problem. Lots of news stories about it. And now the CEO of the company is going, we got to get this right because it's costing us millions and millions of dollars per car in recall fees. It's dumb. Nissan Kicks and the Nissan Versa for 2021 could feel the loss of a power steering assist. And I think, Tesla Model 3, S, X, and Y, 2017 to 2022, the power windows may pinch your arm off if you stick your arm in there and try to roll up the window, because it doesn't automatically go back down when it feels that you've got an arm in there.
Huh.
Saw your arm right off. Kia Sorento, Sorento Hybrid, PHEV, and Sportage from 2016 to 2022. Tow hitch harness fire while parked or driving. Can you imagine going down the highway and
the tow,
and you see
whatever you're
all
towing's on fire?
No, well, either that or just the hitch itself, not even hooked up to anything. You got a flame shooting out the back end. Now, and this is before you went to the Mexican food place on Friday night.
I call that Tuesday. That's Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday. All right. Time now for a quick break. We are coming to you live from Woody's Waterfront Car Show in San Leon. You're on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in, and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having a car social. Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. It's a cruise-in like no other. Expect Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, Corvettes, and Shelby Mustangs. Get social at this first-ever event. You'll also see Gulf Coast Auto Shield's private workshop. Questions are welcomed. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway near West Airport Boulevard, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Car Social takes place Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. Tell your friends, bring your car, and enjoy this rare opportunity to see Houston's finest rides. You'll also learn about nano-ceramic coatings, ExoShield for your windshield, and Expel window tint, among others. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Join us for Car Social at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Visit gcautoshield.com to see the show flyer and all the details. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In-Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In-Wheel Time Car Talk.
It's your place to go for entertaining car talk, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Today, coming to you live from Woody's Waterfront Car Show in San Leon, Texas. Not Leon. Just ahead, more participants in today's show talking about their cars and builds, and a couple of other guests smattered in. Jeff has a feature on Earl Scheib and the $29.95 paint job. You got one of those, didn't you?
No.
Time? I did. Actually, it was a Mako paint job, and it was not anything that they said it would be. Plus, we'll have the stories making auto news headlines along with Conrad's Car Clinic. It's all straight ahead on this edition of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars somewhere. King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin.
Yep.
David Ainsley joins us today on the engineering side of things. David Ainsley. And also joining us today is Jeff Heitzman.
We needed a rocket scientist.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we did. Yes.
We're not sure if it helped.
My daughter's counterpart here in Houston.
Absolutely.
Isn't that right?
There he is.
Yeah.
And Heitzman's working on the return to the moon.
Yes. Katie is working on launching satellites now. Yeah. Which is a very different thing. She's launching satellite buses. You ever heard of such a thing?
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to satellite Ubers?
Where they put 10 satellites in a little bus, and then they shoot them out as they need to be. That's what she's
call those sparklers.
Sparklers, that's it. Okay, I see that we have another guest here, and he looks really familiar.
And this is Shane Flores, and he's with Gateway Classic Cars.
I know you.
And they are one of the show sponsors here with Woody's
Nice.
Waterfront Car Show.
Yes, I think that I met you when they opened the place up on the north side of town.
That's possible. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know you remember me. I think that we met in jail, actually.
I
was just trying to be nice about it.
Turn around, let him see the back of your head.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, we're all car guys, and so we can take a good ribbing now and then, can't we? It's good to see you.
Thank you. Right.
Yeah. So Gateway Classic Cars.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right. Largest car show in Houston every single day of the week. Right. Got about 160 hot rods.
Are you still in the same location up there?
No,
you've moved.
We moved up to 1960 and 45 right off of Cypress Station.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah. Is it a bigger warehouse than you had before?
Three times the size.
Oh, my God.
And the one you had before was good sized as well.
Yeah, it's about 3 times.
Well, I mean, the one that you had before, I'm just guessing, would probably hold 100 cars.
Yeah,
the old one.
Yes, sir. Well, parked correctly.
Correct. Yeah, I know. Yes. Well, it's all in the parking. It's how you put it in.
It's all exactly. So we get about we could probably get 200 in our
new facility. Yeah.
Yes, sir. 200.
So
plus.
your deal. How does it work?
Right.
I mean, do you buy the cars and sell them, or you sell them on consignment? How does it work?
Both.
Both.
Right. Mostly consignment. Once again, person brings their car in. We basically do a market analysis of the vehicle, sit down with them. Right now we're doing a zero cost consignment to the seller, so they give us their number. And
yeah.
We put the commissions and on top of that, and we handle everything for them. So they keep their title, and we call them with a check. We trade them a check for a title.
That's a pretty nice business model.
And you guys can handle financing for the buyer?
Well, we have.
If they have credit.
We have avenues,
we
right?
can get
financing, shipping. I just sent a 68 big block 4-speed Camaro to Australia. So we have, the ability to get, we have the transport connections, right? We can get people
Seriously?
connected. Yeah, we market it all over the world for 90 days. About 150 websites we share we do the pictures, do the video. You've seen our website, I'm sure, right? We put the music, and then we basically market it.
But Gateway is a collection of performance collector car sales organizations. You're one in Houston, but how many others are there around the country?
We have 22 locations, right? Been doing it for 23 years. Right, and we have 22 locations. Actually, just opened up a brand new locations out in New Braunfels to handle Austin and San Antonio. Right.
Oh, what an interesting place to do that.
Right. So we handle both those markets. Right, and we have Dallas and Houston. So Texas and Florida, I think, the only states that have 3 apiece in them. Right. But we're all over. I think go as far west as Las Vegas.
You're not in California.
No, sir.
Don't want to be.
No, we don't.
But if you got a car in California, all you got to do is drive it to Vegas. Right. We'll take care of you. Right. But yeah, it's guys bringing guys, gals, what have you. We deal with a lot of dad had a car, and mom doesn't know what it's worth. We don't want mom, people coming to the house to have to do test drives, stuff like that. So we take it, we'll market it. We deal with all the ups and downs of dealing with selling a car or a hot rod, and as I said, in 90 days, if we don't sell it, you can come get it, or you can let us do it again.
Well, obviously, you've been pretty successful at it. Word's gotten out that, hey, man, these guys do it right.
Yes, sir. Like I said, 23 years, right? And we're turning cars. I mean, it's right now in Houston, I know we're number 2 in the country.
So do you consider auctions like Barrett Jackson and Meekum competitors to yours?
Not really. I mean, once again, somebody's going to you run a car across the auction, you're paying for 3 minutes, right? And you're hoping that the guy who came there is paying attention, right?
Yes.
And if not, then, you take what you get. But with us, it sits, people can have the bank come check it out. If they have to financing, you can have someone come take a look at it, right, for you.
Like a mechanic or
Yeah,
somebody. Or
exactly.
Somebody like Woody.
Like Woody comes to our shop all the time, right, and does appraisals, right? So once again, it gives the car. We find the right buyer.
So I'm looking for
right. That's what we're looking for.
I'm looking for a 1969 427 Corvette. I want a coupe.
What color?
Exactly. So if I call you on the phone and say, hey, look, I'm in the market for this, you can help me find it. If you don't have it in your wheelhouse, chances are you've got a connection with somebody that you know how to get a hold of one.
Well, once again, we have 22 locations, so you can go onto the website, gateway.com, gatewayclassiccars.com, right? Look in any city and browse their showroom,
Yep.
right? Unfortunately, we don't ship cars between showrooms, right? So if you want a car that's in New York, you're going to have to go to New York. And same way with somebody from New York, they have to come here. You can find it.
Yeah,
or
have somebody like Woody up in New York.
Somebody inspect it for you.
Exactly.
And I imagine that shippers that you could have the thing shipped here
all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if they've all got at least 100 cars, that's 2,200 cars that are sitting on a showroom.
Yes, sir.
That's a pretty broad selection to look
at.
Yeah,
it is.
And like in my showroom here in Houston, we have anything from a 1924 Maxwell, right, all the way to a
my mother the car
2014 one of 300 Challengers.
Seriously.
Yeah. So.
Well, Challengers a broader range of cars than people think. With all the different variations they have of the new ones, as well as the older ones out of the 70s.
This would be like I said, 2014. Right. So it's one of 300 special units.
Something
special about them, right?
Package.
So, but like I said, we just had a beautiful 2011 Camaro Indy pace car, convertible, right? That the guy took back to Chevrolet and had 427 put in it, and everything done by Chevrolet at 5,000
So that would be the white car with the orange stripe.
Yes, sir.
And the orange stripe that went down onto the lower valance.
Yeah.
Kind of an
orange top.
Right.
Yeah. But he'd taken it in and had a 427 upgrade, LS, a whole 6-speed.
Did you bring any cars here?
No, sir. Right, because most of the cars in our showroom are consigned, so we don't put them on the street. Right. We don't drive other people's cars.
What do you drive?
What do I drive? I drive a show.
A show?
Yeah.
Ford Taurus show?
Yes, sir.
The V6 or the V8?
V6.
Okay.
Right, twin turbo. Or I ride my bike. Yeah, so. But I have a 1953 split window or 5-window cab Dodge truck that I'm working on, right?
Yeah?
Yeah. Well,
you got to have something you're always working on.
Always.
Right?
1 ton, it's sitting on a 1-ton dually frame. So,
oh, wow.
Right? It's going to be fun, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
When we don't take, once again, the cars that we bring in, we go over them. We make sure there's no structural rust, right? We make sure there's, if they are shipped to England, they'll be able to pass safety specs, things like that. So, if you're not a mechanic, people come to us because they know that we're, we go through we don't go through the car 100%, but we definitely make sure that you're not buying
for a certain level of vehicle.
You're not buying sight unseen,
I worry about, cars that have been wrecked or they've tried to hide, frame repairs on something from the 1960s where the car has been wrecked pretty bad, or, there's 4 feet of mud slapped on it with a paint job over the top of it.
I have a magnet I keep in my pocket when we check them in.
Do you really? Yeah.
And most importantly, it's just I turn the car away every week. Right? If there's a trick, it's a trick to get it in gear. No. Right?
No tricks.
We don't have
we
tricks.
don't do tricks.
Right?
Here.
go get it fixed and bring it back.
Right.
You know, once again.
You get the broom handle out and whack the starter down underneath the engine.
I've done that.
Very,
I
very.
have too.
You know, I actually took in a barn find the other day, and we don't do it, but I did because it was a 72 Gran Torino Sport. That everything worked. The AC blew cold. Everything.
A barn find.
Every light, blinker.
and had that reflective side stripe on it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It was brown on brown on brown.
I just watched the Clint Eastwood movie Gran Torino last night, so I'm seeing the car in my head. Except his was green.
But it was like I said, everything worked. It ran, drove.
How many miles did it have on it?
It was a one-owner car. It had about 75,000 miles on it.
Oh my gosh! And it's been in the barn all these years.
Well, he drove it until he passed. He drove it until he passed, and his son brought it to us. Right? Just didn't have, he just have no. He's not mechanically inclined, and I shook his hand. I said, your dad, well, he took care of this car like it was. To make every, if you ever, we all know how hard it is to keep every light working.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. Dash, everything works. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So,
and how long has it been in the barn?
It was in his garage, so it was in storage probably about a year.
Oh,
two.
okay.
I mean, he just passed, this year,
they
right?
just put it up and
right, and but yeah, it went. We put it online, and it was gone in 3 days. So
wow,
we're moving.
Somebody wanted that car.
Yeah,
Do you have cars that don't move that you think, man, somebody's going to buy this sooner or later? It's been sitting here for 9 months. Do you have any of those?
If they're priced in the market, right, there's somebody looking for it, right? I mean, people, once again, we don't set the price. The consignor does, right? We put our money on top of that. So and a lot of people have emotional connections with cars, so they think,
Well, all I can think of
they think it's worth a lot more, right?
Yeah.
It's hard telling people that their big fender car that was worth $80,000 10 years ago is now only worth $50,000.
So do you guys typically play more in the domestic side of things?
We have
or
everything.
play in the import side?
We have everything. We do Mercedes. I have a Bentley, right? I have old, BMWs, right? So it's Japanese.
Everything.
I got a 240, right?
Oh,
that
wow.
has the 25, the engine swap. I'm not familiar with the Japanese.
Me either.
But it's got a badass straight six with a turbo on it with 300 horse and a 240 with a 5-speed. Right.
Wow,
So,
and no rust.
None, zero. Been rotisserie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fun to drive.
I'll bet it is.
And I only get to go, like an eighth of a mile at a time. But
you
it's
gotta
all
make
it
the most
takes.
of it.
As long as you can do it in 4.5 seconds,
exactly.
that's good.
It's quite the little Spitfire, right?
So I want to know when you guys moved to the 191645 location.
About 2-3 years ago.
Oh, you did?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right. So once again, just
Well, you weren't that far away from that location.
Just outgrew that spot.
Yeah.
And like I said, so any day of the week, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, guys. We have an open showroom. You can come in, walk around. It's like a museum. We have 2 sales guys. They're not, you walk around, you come get us whenever you see something that you want to get a better look at, right? And that's really all we ask is don't touch if you want to look at it, right?
Well, treat it like a car show.
Yeah.
Put your hands behind your back, and if you're going to lean in to look, make sure there's nothing hanging around your neck.
But the best thing about this car show is if you fall in love, you can buy it.
Yeah.
So
you can really take it home with you.
You can really take it home with you. So, I mean, once again, come in, walk around. I tell people all the time, you can blow an hour real quick, right? If you're stuck in traffic on 45 or 1960, all right, get off, come in, check us out, walk around.
Yeah.
So are you here looking to pick up some cars possibly?
Sure. I'm looking to talk to people about finding a new home for their baby.
So if you see somebody with a for sale sign on theirs, you might stop
there's a
up
few
and
of 'em out there.
hand
Why
them a
not
card.
why not let us handle all the BS? You go ahead and deal with your life, and we'll deal with all the tire kickers,
fun like this.
financials, right? You keep your title, right? And at the end, and you always control how much money goes in your pocket.
Cool.
So, and then we deal with everything else and give you a check at the end. So it's it's pretty much a win-win, right? And if you're looking for a car, you can go to our website. Like I said, we have 22 showrooms, right? I'm sure there's something in there that that you hadn't seen, right?
Yeah.
And something in there that you've been looking for.
So is it gatewayclassiccars.com?
Yes, sir.
And then what, / Houston or?
No, you just go down. It'll say showrooms. You just click that, and it'll give you every showroom. You pick the city.
Look at all 22 of them.
You go through all 22 of them. You can just basically just leave it as it is, and it shows you every car we have on in all of them. Like it just puts them all together, right? So, or you can individually look in the city.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, we're out here today, guys. It's a beautiful day. Come on down. We're looking to have a lot of fun today, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Well, we always do when we
come see us at our tent. We're basically got.
You have a tent here?
Yes, sir. We got a tent up front, right? Come get you a poster. We got poster pinups. We got some different things we're giving away, and.
You got that Cheryl Teagues poster up there?
No, sir. Right, that was still in that's still in the garage. Right?
It was. It used to be on your bedroom wall.
It was. Yeah. Right? But it is in the garage.
Okay.
Right? So, guys, thanks a lot for having us. Right. Thanks a lot for coming out. Right.
Appreciate it.
And,
appreciate it.
If y'all make it down to the other end, we got a tent.
We'll make it down there.
Right,
Thank you, man. All right. Time now for the In Wheel Time racing calendar. You into racing? We all are, in some form or another.
Depends on what it is.
You have that?
Yep.
Did you do your homework? I didn't do mine for you.
Yes,
I didn't pull the song that you wanted me to.
I checked Erica. They're at the St. Louis drag race this weekend, and she was P5 after the first round of qualifying. Only off by a couple of hundredths of a second, but in Pro Stock, that's a bunch. And Antron Brown was in P1.
Antron's bringing it on now.
He sure is. After starting his own team and kind of struggling at first, he won Denver, came in second last weekend, and doing real well. So, again, this weekend, NHRA is in St. Louis. Next weekend, and actually it's like a week-long event, they're at Ennis, Texas, the 7th through the 16th of October. October 27th, they're in Las Vegas, and I believe that's the finals. NASCAR this weekend is in Talladega. Next weekend is in Charlotte. The following weekend is in Las Vegas. And then Homestead on the 23rd. Formula One. Hey, Jeff, Formula One. Singapore Grand Prix is this weekend. Singapore. The Japanese Grand Prix is next weekend.
Singapore.
And then on October 23rd, United States Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas, which will be a great show to go to. IMSA this weekend, the finale is today at Road Atlanta, and they do the 6-hour race, and IndyCar is done. And I know Gina's got all kinds of stuff going on over there in Mobile. She's had quite a bit of success over there. It seems like that they're getting a good good number of cars showing up for the races, and good sponsorship as well.
Yeah, if you ever want to go see a really good half-mile asphalt roundy round race, I'm telling you, that Mobile track is something else. And it's funny because there's no fences in the corners. And so if you get too squirrely, get too out of shape, you got bumped by somebody, you don't bang the wall and ruin your car. Instead, you just go out into the field and do some weed eating out there until you make your way back onto the track. It's really cool. And the drivers love it because they don't tear up their cars.
Tear their cars up as opposed to hitting the wall.
The only wall is where the grandstand is. It's got a great grandstand. It is half-mile asphalt racing at its finest.
Well, hey, you haven't been back?
I haven't been back.
You've been out there a couple of times.
Once. I went once last year. And, the track needed a lot of work. It had been closed down for years. But she actually has done a remarkable job in bringing it back.
She's moved over there.
She's moved over there, and I think that Bo spends every weekend over there with her helping run the races. But it's a well-run, oiled machine.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, Rodney is the announcer, and so we still have our connection over there. It's just a little bit too far for me to drive and turn it around on Sunday. Because if I'm going to go, I've got to leave here and drive immediately there and get there by race time.
Oh, yeah, for Saturday.
Yeah, spend
Saturday
the night on
races.
Saturday night and then come back on Sunday. It's just a little bit too tight for me. All right, Jeffrey has a feature that he's going to do this week on the $29.95 paint job. And I'll bet you everybody in this line right here has had an Earl Scheib paint job.
At some point.
You're not going to admit it. It's okay. I will admit that I did way back in the day when I didn't have any. Well, I still don't have any confidence in my painting skills because they
rollers and brushes.
Rollers and brushes, and I'm not even good at that.
And the reason why I'm doing this is because we are at a car show. There's a lot of custom vehicles with a lot of custom work, custom paint, custom striping, all of that good stuff. So why not bring Earl Scheib into the mix?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
If nothing more for a good
so
laugh.
The company was founded in 1937 by his namesake, Earl A. Scheib, who opened the first Earl Scheib paint and body in Los Angeles. Scheib decided to paint a few cars in his gas station during the evening hours after it was closed to do a little extra money to generate some revenue. What began as a small after-hours endeavor soon blossomed, and Scheib couldn't keep up with the demand. He introduced production painting of automobiles in the United States, offering low prices of $29.95 for sedans and $24.95 for coupes, or as Mike would say, coupes. Open daily, Scheib and his 10 employees painted between 150 and 210 cars per week in the early years.
per week.
Per week in the early years. Earl Scheib marketed his shops through low-budget television commercials on late-night TV programs.
Yep.
Scheib soon became a national icon and celebrity as his often heard pitched, "I'm Earl Scheib, and I'll paint any car, any color for $29.95, no ups, no extras." Earl Scheib Paint and Body is the world's largest company-owned and operated auto paint and body repair service, painting more than 15,000 cars a year.
Wow.
And painted over 10 million in his 62 years of business.
And he didn't even wash them before he painted
I don't
them.
think
Just
so.
painted over the dirt. Why not?
By 1985, there were 275 Earl Scheib stores ranging from Hawaii to New York.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
He was a bajillionaire when he died.
The company opened its first store in Canada in 1984 and planned to open 25 new outlets by fiscal 86. Overseas expansion was in the works as well, and Earl Scheib opened one up in London in 1985.
Cheerio.
On February 29th, which was a leap year, 1992, the day after turning 85, Earl Scheib passed away, leaving a legacy and a struggling business. His son took over, and a few days after his son took over, the stock skyrocketed 47%.
What?
Sell.
The company owned a paint manufacturing plant in Missouri, and they called upon that paint manufacturing place in Missouri to make 100% acrylic urethane paint. And to this day, it was awarded, it was introduced in 97, and it was awarded by the Paint Production, Auto Painting, and Paint Research Association as the #1 paint. Now, the offshoot to this is Mako. Mako got their wings and their foot in the door because of Earl Scheib. Yeah.
How bizarre.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
what
from
kind of paint job you got on your car there? Well, I got me some Earl Scheib paint on there.
Why does the kid in the back seat the same color as the car? Because I left the window down. So from 1937 to 1997, it was an illustrious career.
No, in high school, I had a couple of friends of mine got an Earl Scheib, but the price was more than
I'm surprised
$29
that
at the time.
I'm surprised that somebody.
They did all the prep work. They taped the car off and trailered it to Scheib and let him shoot it. Actually, didn't look too bad.
Amazing.
I think it was less than $100.
Less than 100.
Yeah.
So the paint probably cost $20.
And the labor was, I ultimately think what they did was they had like 4 guys stand there and spray, and they just drove the car past it. and
like a car wash.
And that's what they put.
It was one of the first production, and there are some YouTube videos of ex-employees that will explain what they did and how they did it. Well, I had a hammer and a crowbar, and I had to lock them up at night so no one would steal my tools.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yikes. Well, okay.
There it is.
I have some extra news that I wanted to get in. It's been 11 years since Ram offered a mid-size pickup truck, and it appears the brand is again considering getting back into the segment. Before it makes the move, Ram wants dealers to get a look at its vision, which I think is all a bunch of malarkey. Ram CEO Mike Koval Jr., Mike, did you ever meet Mike?
Yes.
We what was his title when we met him?
He was over at Jeep at the time that
That's
we met
right.
him.
He was at Jeep, yeah. He said he's considering showing retailers an early concept of a midsize truck in March to gauge their interest. Not clear at this point if the concept would be a rendering or a physical mock-up. This goes back to your story last week about concept cars.
Yep.
And you never see them at car shows anymore.
No.
That used to be a big draw to go to the car show to go see the concept cars. They don't make concept cars anymore. They made those in years.
Well, they're making them in a concept is one word, but they're making them for the electric. They're making them for the younger crowds. And
Well,
things,
they're making it more like a prototype, like a first run.
It's
you
a
know.
prototype,
It
yeah.
turns out being what they build, or
Yeah,
real close to
for
it.
the most part.
You know, used to concept cars were just something totally fantastic with bubble tops and
Oh, yeah.
things like this Barris
you got
car sitting out here. in the
15
front.
inches extra.
So did you hear Ford is having supplier issues?
No.
They can't get the Ford emblem
Oh, yeah.
for the back of an F-150. The supplier can't deliver
Was that
the
both
emblem.
ends? I thought it was at both
so they
ends.
can't sell them.
So
they
they can't
don't
sell 'em.
sell them without the emblem.
without the emblem on. I think.
Oh,
that's,
for God's
that's
sake.
just
Seriously? Don't go any further.
Get Vinny with a marker, and he'll color it
Vinny.
in.
Hey, the In-Wheel Time Car Show streams on the iHeart Radio app, Facebook, YouTube at InWheelTime.com, and podcasts are available on your favorite podcast channel. In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having a car social. Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. It's a cruise-in like no other. Expect Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, Corvettes, and Shelby Mustangs. Get social at this first-ever event. You'll also see Gulf Coast Auto Shield's private workshop. Questions are welcomed. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway near West Airport Boulevard, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Car Social takes place Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. Tell your friends, bring your car, and enjoy this rare opportunity to see Houston's finest rides. You'll also learn about nano-ceramic coatings, ExoShield for your windshield, and Expel window tint, among others. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Join us for Car Social at Gulf Coast Auto Shield Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Visit gcautoshield.com to see the show flyer and all the details. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In-Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In-Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In-Wheel Time Car Talk.
Turn the page, Don.
Please.
Welcome. Welcome to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, coming to you today live from Woody's Waterfront Car Show in San Leon, Texas. We got more car talk just ahead with more participants in today's Judged Car Show here at the Top Water Grille in San Leon, Texas. Conrad has the In Real Time Car Clinic, and we'll have this week's auto news. That and more just ahead. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin.
Yep.
Our chief engineer and head bottle washer, David Ainsley, along with Jeffrey Heitzman and other characters that will go unnamed. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The wind has died down just a bit.
Just a tad.
But when we were here setting up this morning in the dark, it was a blowing through here.
I noticed you blew your skirt up.
I did blow my skirt up, 20 miles an hour at least.
No, it was a stiff breeze.
And you guys were worried about my sign. You're going to put that up there, it's going to be like a big wing and shoot out over the water there. Well, did it? No.
Day's not over.
Not yet.
Day's not over. Mr. Mars, I see we got another guest in the hot seat.
Yes, sir. It's kind of hard to see it through the brush over here, but there, right on the other side of this, is a 1932 Ford 5-window coupe that belongs to Jerry Powers, sitting right here.
Jerry, please forgive him. He didn't forget your name. He's just old.
I changed it because of the. Never mind.
Never mind.
Was it Charlie Schwartz? What, would you just change his name?
So, Jerry, you a long-time car guy?
Oh, yes, sir, my whole life.
A whole life?
My brother was big
Wait
time.
a minute. You're only 40, so I.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. You live around here?
I live in Lake Jackson.
Lake Jackson?
Grew up there.
Really?
That's not too far.
Well,
skip it a jump.
Yeah. Did you drive your 5-window coupe up here?
No, because I got the windshield knocked out of my new truck when I was pulling it in a car hauler one time on 2004, and I said, nah.
Never again.
No, because the paint job is you can't replace it.
Really?
Yeah, beautiful flame job.
I assume that you didn't get it done at Earl Scheib.
Yeah.
No, but it was Mr. Milburn in Pasadena.
Oh my God, Milburn's. Is Milburn still? Milburn's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, but his boy Tommy and they're still.
The hell's so funny about that?
That's a nice way to say it.
Well, I mean,
he's passed away. He's gone on. He's
deceased.
In the big paint studio in the sky.
That guy's croaked.
Well, since the 1960s,
yeah.
I've known of Milburn. And matter of fact, Milburn always had a huge line of guys lined up at the car show for pinstriping.
Yeah.
I mean, Milburn's in Pasadena. It's a
yeah,
legend.
He was a big deal even over.
You
in
had
my part of the
Milburn
world.
paint your car.
The last Chrome and Coffee we went to, plus tomorrow, you're going to see Milburn name on the back of those striped cars. I guarantee it. You'll see him tomorrow.
He come down the back of my car 2 weeks ago. The boy did.
The son did.
Tommy.
What is? I guess Tommy is our age now, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah, I know.
So tell us about your car.
Well, actually, I bought the car about 4.5 years ago. And I was in my shop working. I said, well, do I go here and eat or I go here and eat? So I went to this steakhouse in Danbury where they had a karaoke contest going on.
And you got up there and karaoke.
No. But I was sitting there bidding on a car online. And out of 1,000 people inside here, the guy standing right here looked at my phone and said, you like old cars? I said, yeah. He said, I know somebody's got one for sale. So he gave me the number and I put it in my phone. Then I lost it. And the good Lord blessed me. I got his number the next day. And when I called the guy, his answer was, how did you get my name and number? And I told him who I got it from. And he said, okay, that's okay. And I said, I'm in Pasadena right now. Can I come by and look at it on the way home? Sure. And I did. And
you bought it on the spot?
Yeah, well, the next day I had to get the money and bring it to him.
Yeah, but
he wanted cash. And I said, look, you don't deal with cash in this damn time.
Well,
I said, you don't go buy a house with cash. You get a cashier's check.
Right.
So he had finally agreed, and next day I went and got it.
Okay. So the story behind the car is?
The guy originally built the car. He was halfway through it, and I don't know. Their son committed suicide in front of the car
Oh, my God.
one morning before school. So the guy said, okay, I don't want nothing else to do with it. And then he sold it.
Is this a steel-bodied car?
No, sir.
It's a fiberglass car.
It's all glass, and it's got a Pete Jakes chassis, super bell axle, Wellwood, 4 power disc brakes, 4 9-inch rear end. All the underneath is painted like the outside the car.
Oh, wow.
AC and
So he did a lot of work to it. I mean, was it a complete car when you bought it?
yes, sir.
Wow.
Then I had mechanical problems a few, you know. I got rid of the old Holly and put an AVS2 Edelbrock on it, 650, and it works perfect. It's a stroker, 383 stroke, fully balanced and blueprinted. Houston Engineering and Balancing.
Oh, my God. This is old school.
Oh, it's old school and it's fast.
I bet, yeah. Houston Engine and Balancing has been around forever.
Ever.
Well, I mean, you grew up here, so you know all these places. Milburn's, Houston Engine and Balancing. Are you kidding me? That's great.
And that's I was blessed to get one of his cars that was painted by him.
Yeah, no kidding.
As a matter of fact, he come to this car show 2 years ago. Him and his friend with a walker.
Did he really?
And they come up in front of my car and they were arguing. He said, "I'm the one that painted that car."
Oh, wow.
And then
Did you get your picture with him?
well, we become good friends after that.
Did you?
But I said, "What'd you drive today, Mr. Milburn?" He said, "Oh, I got my old 40 humpback out in the parking lot." So I went out there and looked at it. And that guy with the walker said, "Yeah, my roadster, my little convertible roadster sitting next to it." And I'm thinking, yeah. I got out there and it was a 32 Ford roadster, 3-inch top with a blown Hemi in it.
Oh, my.
It was wild.
Well, what great stories. Absolutely great stories. So you retrailered the car here.
Of course.
Yeah. But do you drive it at all?
Oh yeah, around town. I go to drive it Pearland, Alvin. I don't get on Beltway 8 or 99 because there's too many idiots.
But you do drive the car.
Yeah, it's got quite a bit of horsepower.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, have you lit the back tires up on it?
Of course.
Now, be honest.
Well, it won't really light them up. It's a rocket.
It's a rocket.
Yeah, it just takes off. It'll spin the tires, but it's just hard to control. You ain't going to stay in the gas all the way.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't done any big, huge parking lot burnouts or done any drifting with it or anything like that?
Not on purpose, huh?
No.
No.
Too hard to.
So what color do they call that?
It's candy tangerine.
Candy tangerine. It's gorgeous.
And it's got the 2 different flame job on it, the old school and then the real nice ones over it.
Mm-hmm. Was that all done at the same time?
Yeah, but what's strange about it, I'm sitting in my garage when I first bought the car, thanking the good Lord, is staring at the cowl on the front of the car. There was something in the paint job that I knew was there, but I didn't know where it was at. And then my dad died in a fire 10 years ago, and his face is right on the cowl on that car.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How funny.
I'll show you. I showed a guy one time at a car show, and he took out running.
Well, there are some cars out there.
Oh, they're beautiful cars.
Yeah, that I'm sure they would love to have that paint job, and despite the fact that your dad's face is in the paint job.
At least the heritage of the paint.
It's not like us, It's like an
Understood.
flame.
Yep. Yeah.
You see the eyes, nose, and mouth.
Nice. Well, it's great talking to you. We thank you for stopping by and talking to us, and congratulations on a great car. And
good luck in the show.
Yeah, good luck in your. Is this the first judged show you've brought it to?
No, I go to a lot.
Do you? Yeah. And do you have other trophies?
Yeah, probably 100.
100.
I think he's been to a few
Well,
there, Don.
I don't rank.
Trophies and plaques, and it's fun. I follow show plays, but it's kind of hard to get from Lake Jackson to north side of Houston all the time.
Yeah. Are you gonna enter it in Autorama?
I've been there the last 2 times. Kobe got it 1 year, but I took second in my class first year time and third last year.
Very nice.
But
Well-
I'm happy.
All right. Well, hey, thanks again for stopping by. Great to talk to you.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
You bet.
All right. Hey, I'd like to remind everybody that the In Wheel Time Car Show is available on every kind of channel that you can go to. All you got to do is Google In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, and it will come up. We have a very large Facebook presence, and we also have our website, inwheeltime.com.
Instagram.
All of those things
Yep.
that I'm really not as involved in as Mike and Conrad are, but we thank you for your efforts.
Well, it's fun. Gives me something to do when I'm staring at the TV.
Yeah.
Keeps me from falling asleep.
Do you have a tendency to do that?
If I'm staring at the TV and I'm not doing something,
Oh, my gosh. That sounds pretty good right about now, actually. By the way, you can always get a hold of us by writing us an email or texting us, or whatever you want to do it. info@inwheeltime.com is the address.
That goes to Mike, or does that go to Conrad? The info goes to
I
Mike.
think it goes to all of us if they go to info.
Yeah.
I thought it goes to Mike.
Well, I think everybody gets it. If
I
not,
think
I get it on
I can
personal.
fix that.
What would you want to take care of
I
all
was
that?
just send him to David.
Yeah, send it to him.
got nothing to
and
do.
he'll find something wrong with it and want to buy a piece of equipment to fix it. That's Mike's. I'm sorry. All right, time now for our next guest there, Mr. Mars.
So we got another listener that has come by, but this is AJ Luke with Space City Corvettes.
Well,
All right.
Well, another Corvette freak.
That's one way to put it.
Well, I mean, here I am.
Don's one of them.
I'm the poster child from the 1970s.
Yeah.
Just saying.
For a lot of things.
A lot of poster child for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Mentally ill would be one of those, but it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
coming by.
Thank you all for having me.
Yeah. So, did you bring a Corvette?
Not today. I'm in the daily driver.
Which is what?
Thanks for the interview.
2018 Silverado.
At least
Still a
it's-
Chevrolet.
I just got to say, at least it's a Chevrolet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What
So do you have some club members?
What kind of car do you have?
Well, I actually have several. I have a 72 Corvette. I've got a 96 Collector's Edition. I've got 07 Coupe, 07 Z06. I've got a 71 Lincoln Continental Mark III.
What happened there?
Which one?
The Continental Mark III.
Those cars iconically to me look gangster looking.
Oh, yeah.
And cool. But when you see Elvis Presley get out of his, cool just went to another planet. So I kind of already, and I was always a Lincoln fan. I'm a car guy at heart, so I love cars. It's not
And
just
obviously an
Corvettes.
Elvis fan.
It's something
yes.
about suicide doors.
No, this one, it's a two-door. It doesn't have
Okay.
suicide doors. So when you see him get out of his, pulling up to the MGM studio lot, I'm like, okay, got to have one of those one day. And the opportunity presented itself, and I was fortunate.
So, are you the president of a club?
Yes, sir. Space City Corvette Club.
Space City. Well, no wonder you're down here.
Yes, sir. Out today promoting our car show, which is coming up next weekend at Stevenson's Park in Friendswood. It's our 10th annual Good Rubbing Gears Fall Car Show.
Yeah.
October 8th. It's going to benefit Mr. Miller with Texas Equisearch. Last year.
Yeah, I think we've talked with you about
Thanks for the call.
about this show in the past.
Yes, sir, you did. You had us on last year. I really appreciate that. We did break the park record last year with 203 cars.
Is it a Saturday?
Yes, sir, Saturday. Yeah, I know one of you guys was mentioning trying to get on there late, and I said, yeah, you might not do that. I might not let you get past security.
No.
After a certain
They
time.
know you,
I don't remember
Don.
which one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think it
it's
was you,
not
Don.
because I show up late. It's just because it's Don Armstrong. Yeah, don't let him in here.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where's the paddy wagon nearby? He needs to go there.
It's up there.
Yeah. Well, it's great to have you here. So do you have pre-registration for the show?
Yes, sir. We do. If you go to SpacecityCorvetteClub.com, we have pre-registration, and we also will take you day of if you miss out on the pre-registration.
How much is it?
It's $35 pre-registration. It's $40 day of, and
is there a limit to the number of cars you're taking?
no, sir.
Okay.
No limit. That park will hold comfortably 300 cars. We put 203 in there last year with ease, and it's really a great venue. Lots of shade. It's kind of got that family vibe, picnic feel to it. So it's a great place. We're blessed to have our car shows there. We do our spring and our fall car show there.
Where is this park located?
It's in Stevenson's Park, right next to City Hall. It's at 1100 South Friendswood Drive, right there in the main drag of Friendswood. It's right off of 518. You just cannot miss it.
Well, you have a fellow Friendswoodier.
I was thinking the same thing.
A friend's Woody.
Hey, even better.
Yeah. You going to be down there, David?
His son will be.
I think I'll go there.
I think you should.
Yeah.
Take.
I've been there before.
Take Ryan down there.
Very nice.
Yeah. Have you been to that show?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just happened upon it, and it was really nice.
Yeah. His son's a car freak.
Oh, freak like me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Car show freak.
Except
like
he's a lot younger than you and
Yeah.
me.
And freakier.
Yeah, and freakier. Well, that's good to know. And it's good to meet you, and glad that you stopped by and,
Well, thank you,
talked
gentlemen.
to us.
And
Yeah.
we put your Facebook or we put your website up on our social media.
Thank you very
We'll kind
much.
of get it around a few
Yeah.
more places for you.
Yep, I'll just remember all the proceeds go to benefit Mr. Miller with Texas Equisearch.
That's
A worthy
very good.
cause.
Absolutely.
A very worthy cause. And
absolutely.
can people go on your website and make donations even if they can't come to the show?
Well, this year we have a pretty unique opportunity. We have a donor that is actually matching our cash donations dollar for dollar up to $25,000. So if you go to Texas Equisearch's Facebook page, it's right on there. It's a website called Bid Beacon, and you can click on there and you can make a cash donation, and that's getting matched. And right now, I think we're at 17,000 on that so far.
Very
of our
nice.
goal of 50.
Yeah.
So good Lord willing, we'll have a nice record amount of money to give Mr. Miller again this year.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Great cause.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks so much for stopping
Thank you,
by.
guys.
Really
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Time now for Conrad's Car Clinic. I know you're busy over there doing your Facebook thing, but can you take the moment to do
Sure.
Car Clinic?
Well, it's the 1st of October. Now, I know here in Houston people don't necessarily have to put their car up for the winter, but, some people are going to look to prepare their car for winter storage.
Yep.
Well, here winter storage is a lot different than it is in, say,
it's
Illinois.
It's January.
Yeah, it's January. Right.
Where, other places it may be 3 or 4 months. But you want to prepare first, not just the car, but prepare your storage location. Some people are going to store their car in an unheated storage unit with concrete floors. And if that's the case, put down some cardboard and a tarp on the floor so you can avoid some of that moisture that's going to wick up through the concrete and get up and get into the car as well and cause some corrosion issues in the car.
Several years ago, I found that damp rid works really well.
Works very well.
But you have to be very careful with it because it'll wind up overflowing.
Yeah, you have to drain it every now and then.
Yeah, you do.
And in Houston with the humidity, it's horrible because there's so much humidity in the air. But prepare your space as well. And if you're putting it in your garage, look for all those little spots where critters are going to come through because when it gets cold, the mice and the
Don't even talk to me about that.
The squirrels are going to come through those openings in the garage. So you want to fill those openings with something. Now, some people will fill it with, just trying to stuff a rag or something in there.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't. Put
mothballs.
Put mothballs or the dryer sheets in there because the animals don't like the smell of the dryer
Irish
sheets.
Spring
and
soap.
some of the Irish Spring soap. Also, steel wool. Because a lot of times, like mice will try and eat their way through stuff. They're not going to eat their way through steel wool. Well, they might, but they're not going to live very long.
Yeah, rust will get them.
Yeah.
So prepare your storage space, and then prepare your vehicle. One of the things everybody recommends is change your oil before you put your car away in storage, just to get out all that old oil. Stabilize your fuel before storing your car. Make sure you have a full tank of gas. Don't store your car with a half a tank or a quarter tank of fuel. Store it with a full tank of fuel, because the less of an air pocket that's there means the less humidity can build up inside the gas tank, and that humidity will settle out as water in the bottom of the gas tank, and then that separates the ethanol from the fuel if you're running ethanol fuel, which in Houston you can't do anything but. And then use a good quality fuel stabilizer. You know, I work for BG, and we sell some real good fuel stabilizer out there. One of them is called BG's Ethanol Defender. Put that in the gas, the full tank of gas, drive it around for about 5 or 10 minutes so it gets mixed in and it gets throughout your fuel system, whether it's in the carburetor and the fuel injection system, and then you can feel safe for storing the car for as long as you want. You want to protect your tires as well. Your storage location should have some kind of floor protection to protect the tires, whether you're parking it on a tarp or, you know, I actually have the Rally, even though it's been sitting there parked.
We know.
You got it up on skates?
No, it is parked on dryer sheets. So I put dryer sheets on the floor and then roll the car on top of the dryer sheets, because a lot of ways that the mice and stuff are going to get up into your car, they're going to climb up the tire and then jump in your car that way. So they're not going to jump in on that tire because they don't want to get on the dryer sheets. Isn't that beautiful? 67 Chevelle.
No, it's a Pontiac.
It's Pontiac.
No,
It's a
is
goat.
it GTO?
Either that or Lamar.
It is. Yeah, that's
Goat.
a stunning paint job on that.
So
car.
the way I winterized my vehicle, I would take off the mag wheels, put on the factory stocks with hubcaps, and put the mag wheels in the basement with a coat of wax and cover them up. That was the way I did it. Because I drove the car in the winter.
And that prevents the flat spotting of the tires, because if the car sits parked in the same spot for
Or
a
you
long
can
time,
spend about $100 and get those.
the dollies for the
No, not the dollies, but they actually go on the ground. They're rubber, but they're curved, so you roll the car into it, and it keeps the tires round
from
on the
flat
bottom.
spotting. Right.
Yeah.
I call them dollies, but
Yeah,
you're right.
You're right.
Or you can take the tires off and set it up on jack stands. You know, the other thing is they recommend remove the battery from the vehicle. Take the battery out of the vehicle, store it someplace else, because a battery is going to go through the same expansion and contraction from temperature, and as it does that, little wisps of battery acid get out of it. That's what causes the corrosion on top of the battery.
Unless you got a gel cell battery.
Unless you have a gel cell battery. And then, you know, that way, you know, you can kind of store the battery off of the vehicle. You don't have to worry about all that corrosion being much of an issue.
So why would you buy any other battery other than a gel cell?
Price. Gel cells are a little
$200.
Yeah. I mean, you can get a regular battery for $100, and depending on how much money you want to spend, I agree. I would prefer a gel cell, and there's some very good ones out there. But, you know, some people don't.
I mean, they don't last forever, but neither does a regular battery.
Right. And, you know, and in some instances in Houston, a car battery isn't going to last more than 4 years. So if your car is 4 years old, it is just time to go ahead and get a new battery. So take the old battery out and toss it, and get yourself a new battery.
Well,
for
how
the-
about
for the new
recycle it?
season. Well, I said recycle the battery. Well, you can always get a recycling fee if you turn the battery in at, you know, your local parts store. I think they give you $3 for it. So, and then the other thing is do whatever you can to deter mice and other critters. And you've got stories of critters getting into your
Oh my
Corvette.
God! The last one was baby opossums.
Oh, that was great. I was there when he saw that.
Babies had crawled up there.
Well, I think Mama stored them there.
No, they were. These were teenagers. They were bigger than babies.
Oh, so when you popped the hood, they were sitting in
Yeah,
there
he lifted the hood, and they were sitting right there on the top of the intake.
having a party, smoking something.
Cigarettes?
Yeah.
Smoking cigarettes anyway.
Well,
Drinking Dad's liquor.
Yeah.
possum stuff. They were doing possum stuff.
That's it. All right. Thank you very much. EV owners and prospective buyers expect automakers to offer both an online and in-person shopping experience, according to the 2022 EV Forward Dealer Deep Dive. Who are these people?
I don't know.
Everybody comes out of the woodwork. Here's my opinion. Okay. The EV Forward team, part of advisory firm Escalent, WNBC, works to capture the attitudes, behaviors, and opinions of the next generation of EV buyers. Is there a next generation? Thought it's this generation.
Hope not.
22 dealer deep dive report surveyed 1,300 people, of which 88 are EV owners. Prospective buyers want to use both online and in-person resources to buy an EV. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this because when I
does it come with a free fire extinguisher?
No, but when I edited this story, it was much longer than that. But guess what? I'm just not interested today. So guess where this one's going to go?
File 13.
At the end of the fire.
Be a thermal event.
Here. In mid-May, the Illinois Secretary of State filed several motor vehicle-related charges against Paul Breaux, B-R-E-A-U-X.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro, who was identified as Carvana's investor relations website as a vice president and the company's general counsel since August 2015. Illinois court records show regulatory officials in a May 13th filing charged Breaux with 27 counts of failure to transfer vehicle titles by a dealership and 50 counts of improper use of titling and registration. Breaux, who's been ordered to appear in Illinois court, denies any wrongdoing. They weren't registering the damn cars because they didn't want to give up the money for the registration fee. So you go buy a car from Carvana, well, you ain't going to get the license plate for it, so it's got paper tags on it from now until forever.
Yep.
Way to go, bro. Carvana. Really?
So you heard Nissan stopped sales of all automatic 2023 Z cars pending an investigation into problems with the automatic transmission.
No, I didn't hear that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So take your car back? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, they're not selling them. They put a stop sale on them.
I see. All right.
And then the other thing is the Dodge Hellcat that was seized by the Department of Public Safety last year.
It's all painted up now.
It's all painted up, and they're going to use it as a pursuit car.
1,080 horses.
And Don can fly behind it in the helicopter, and he can't keep up, so he's got to use the zoom in the helicopter to chase that Hellcat all the way to
1,080.
Winnie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Quick break now. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Stay with us. More coming up.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having a car social. Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. It's a cruise-in like no other. Expect Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, Corvettes, and Shelby Mustangs. Get social at this first-ever event. You'll also see Gulf Coast Auto Shield's private workshop. Questions are welcomed. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway near West Airport Boulevard, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Car Social takes place Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. Tell your friends, bring your car, and enjoy this rare opportunity to see Houston's finest rides. You'll also learn about nano-ceramic coatings, ExoShield for your windshield, and Expel window tint, among others. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Join us for Car Social at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Visit gcautoshield.com to see the show flyer and all the details. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeartRadio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeartRadio app, search for In Real Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Real Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In Real Time Car Talk.
From Woody's Waterfront Car Show at the Top Water Grill in San Leon, Texas, it's the In Real Time Car Talk Show. Not Leon.
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 Leon Spinks.
Just ahead, more participants from this year's Judged Car Show. Mars reviews the new 22 Ram 2500.
Right.
Conrad has the events calendar. We got more. We'll have a look at the stories making automotive news headlines, all that, and we're going to go swimming after this.
No, we're not.
Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin.
Yep.
We do have the fabulous and talented David Ainsley, and a special guest cameo appearance, ladies and gentlemen, by Mr. Jeff Heitzman.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Jeffrey.
And if you really want to know the story about Jeff Heitzman, Jeff, what year did I hire you at KPRC Radio? Where? 1978.
No, 1878.
1878. So Jeff and I go back that far.
Many of our listeners haven't even been born in 78.
Shut up.
They were building spines.
Yeah, that's building spines. Exactly. So anyway, it's always good to see you. You know, it's funny. Did you meet Tim Spell? Tim Spell, famous writer for the Houston Chronicle, automotive writer for the Chronicle, has made a cameo appearance here as well. He lives down here in the Bay Area. Tim, a very talented guy. I said, so are you writing on the side? He says, I quit 2 years ago. I haven't gone back. I'm not writing anything. I'm drinking a lot.
He doesn't even write his name.
He's practicing that. He's trying to get as good at that as he was at writing.
That's it. He's getting more refined at drinking.
Don't ask him to write his name.
All right. It's great for you to join us on this broadcast from the Top Water Grill and Woody's Waterfront Car Show. Thank you. It looks like pretty much all the spaces have filled here in the past hour.
Yeah, I think they're going out around the corner as well.
Wrapping around the corner, yeah. This is such a great venue, and, we forget about it during the year. And especially when it's 95 degrees outside, and people come down here for the great seafood. And I did not realize this, but the actual shrimp boat that's up there at the front is the actual owner of Top Water Grill's shrimp boat. They go out and they do the shrimping and then come back here and they cook it up for you.
Yeah.
Hello.
What you're eating was swimming yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, it was alive yesterday, is now in your mouth and belly today.
I wonder if they have a taco boat.
Go
out and get some
a
tacos.
taco boat.
Taco
boat.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Put it on Lake Stan Holt.
Yeah.
Taco boat. And
boat.
you go out there in the middle of the bay and go and get yourself some loopy tortilla tacos.
Yeah.
Just drive
boat up.
Boat
up. Right, exactly. This gentleman looks familiar there, Mr. Mars.
Well, this is Bruce Carlisle.
Bruce, good to
And
see you.
Thank you.
He has the Myers Manx.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I know you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Last year.
Yep. Last year.
Yeah.
Yes, I brought it again this year.
That's good. You bring it every year because nobody gets tired of looking at a Myers Manx because it's an original, correct?
It is. It is sitting on a custom tubular frame.
As opposed to the Volkswagen chassis.
Correct. Back in '64, Bruce Myers was the father or inventor of the dune buggy, period, the whole concept.
Right.
As you guys probably know. And he passed away last year at age 94, a year and a half ago. But a venture capitalist bought the company, and they were coming out, believe it or not, with an EV, which has mixed emotions. Exactly. I was in oil and gas for 40 years. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, there you go.
And they are remanufacturing the original body and making it just a little more perfect, I guess you'd say. And they'll be on the market
hopefully in the next few months.
We don't care. We want to talk about yours. We
All
want
right.
to talk about, do you have the Volkswagen engine in it?
I do. I had a gentleman here, Paul Nineover, built a 1915, which runs about 120 horse.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
a
lot.
souped up one.
That's a hot rod.
It goes, yes, sir. Had the Type 1 transmission re-geared so we can do 65 or 75 down to Galveston.
Yep.
It's sitting on, again, the tubular frame. I painted the body a turquoise color in the San Jacinto body course. We took that course.
At San Jacinto College?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah,
Took it a couple of times. It was really a great experience.
So it was a different color
They
than
do-
last
they-
year.
They do a real good job of educating technicians, body technicians, and stuff.
But it
Yeah.
wasn't that color last year, though.
Well, I painted it 2 years ago, just a slight shade darker to freshen it up. Yeah. But no, it's always been kind of a turquoise type color.
Okay. And you said yours is a little bit more unique for just a Myers-Manx, correct?
Right. Somewhere in around, well, let me think, 2012, they came out with a new series of bodies called the Manxsters. And some of them were four-seaters. Some were two-seaters. This one is a traditional body, so it looks like the one in 64, but the body's a little wider to accommodate wider, bigger wheels. The ass end is a little bit wider to accommodate different carburetor configurations.
Oh, so it's like me.
Yeah, well,
You know, I'm glad you drew that comparison there.
Yeah, well-
it just doesn't. I'm having a hard time envisioning that.
Yeah, Conrad's got 20 carburetors.
and the front hood opens up so you have a lot of storage and you can get to the
Yeah,
gas
because the
tank.
original didn't have a hood.
Oh, exactly. It was bolted down, and what a pain if you had any electrical issues
Yep.
and so forth. So
Yeah,
a
you
lot
had
of
to
improvement.
unbolt the whole thing to get it up off the chassis.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But that wasn't that big of a deal, really, because the whole idea and the
Well, it was
popularity of it,
simplistic.
it was so simplistic, yes. Yeah. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you just lift the body off of
The
the
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen, yeah, and left the pan there and
Yeah, you shortened the pan 14.5 inches. And, of course, back in the day, they just cut it and welded it.
yep.
Right.
Today, people are a little more structural integrity. And I remember my brother and I looking in Sears and Roebuck catalog. You could have bought a kit for $530.
No, seriously?
A Manx kit.
A Manx kit.
Well, you needed the chassis of the
Yeah,
bus.
you
Well,
need
yeah,
a
yeah,
donor
yeah, but
car.
still,
Yeah.
the Manx is all about the body.
Body,
itself.
you
style
got
of
the
it.
windshield, the hood,
And you design your own interior.
pretty much.
Because it took the light. Did it take the lights off of the original body off the Volkswagen and incorporate those?
Pretty much, with the exception of the headlights, you had to get some little bulbous type lights, but the taillights were always right off the ass
And
end of a
also
VW.
the turn signals up on the yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
I never realized you could buy it through a Montgomery
I didn't
Ward's
either.
catalog.
Sears.
Sears catalog.
I was fortunate to meet Winnie Myers. She's still alive in her 80s, and she flew out to Brenham for a buggy rally, and I confirmed the Sears and Roebuck story. And another little short story. When I ordered that body, I wanted the white hat signed by her husband, who was alive at the time.
Right.
She said, that's $20. I said, ma'am, I'm spending thousands of dollars ordering this new body, and I got to have it transported out here. That's another chunk of change. You don't think you can throw in the hat? No, sir. You got to order on the internet. So I hung up on her.
Oh.
Well, about a month later, I went to the bank, swallowed my ego and my pride. I sent the money, and I ordered the hat for the extra $20. Well, the moral of the story, when I told her, I said, now I have a receipt of authenticity for the hat. Nobody just signed it.
Yeah.
So it was actually the best thing I did.
Worked out well.
Worked out well, even with a little temper tantrum there.
And you did he ever see your car?
No, sir, he never saw it. He does or when he was alive, he often signed a number of cars. And I'm told, even though it could have been a knockoff or clone, after he got over sort of a depression time period, because he started this company in '64 and it just blew up.
Right.
There
It
were-
overwhelmed him, from what I have read.
I think it did. He was a young man, so he wasn't smart enough to get copyright protection
Oh, yeah.
on the Myers Manx. And then a little politics here in good old California. They came in the early 70s and said, it's a manufactured car. You owe us 2 years of back taxes. It sank him.
Sure.
And he got very depressed about it. But to fast forward, somewhere in the, I think, 69-ish, the French invited him over to the big, the big tour de France?
Yeah.
And he got a lot of notoriety and came back with a vengeance. Again, he started signing the clone cars because he thought, I just want people to enjoy having fun and buggies, and we don't care who made them.
Right.
He would sign them, and then, of course, fast forward back up to about 2010, he came out with the new body series I mentioned a few minutes ago.
Now, Conrad, you do any events where there's a bug run?
Yeah, there's a bug off.
Bug off. So that's something that you might want to look into.
Yeah.
The bug off. That's it. Is this
That's
soon?
that's
Next
coming up,
weekend?
yeah, I think so.
The bug off.
There's one in Navasota.
I think that's it. Yeah.
That's primarily the what would you
Yeah, the
call
bug
it?
off.
Baja buggies.
That was last week or this weekend in Navasota.
Yes, sir.
Is the bug off, and then October 15th is VW Harvest in Leander.
Yep, I'll be there.
Wow.
And when you show up to the Volkswagen stuff, they know what your car is. They
much.
know that it's a true Manx. When you go down to, let's say you just take it down for a cruise to Galveston Beach, how many people know that it's a cool car, but how many people truly know that it is an original Manx?
Well, I'd say about half people more of our vintage. They'll call it I don't know how they get
He called us a
I
vintage.
wrote that
like
down.
like a fine bottle of wine.
No, it's because we're old and dusty.
That's right.
You got to turn you every now and then so your cork doesn't rot.
Some of the young kids, they refer to some of the cartoon movies. I don't recall what they are, but they recognize it's a buggy. They know it's a dune
buggy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of some sort.
But you're right. A lot of the newer generation in the 20s, 30s, they have no
Don't
clue.
understand the.
No, they have no. All they know, they have seen the design.
Yeah.
Because it's been around as long as they have.
But back in the 60s, there were 15, 20 different people that were making knockoffs of the Manx. Is that correct?
Oh, easily. I've got to look at my cheat sheet here. Let me think.
Well, there's a guy in the car show that from Las Vegas who's the Danny Coker.
Danny Counts.
Yeah,
Okay.
Counts Custom. He's got one.
A true Manx?
I believe so.
Yeah. Because that's where to me, that's where the value is.
I agree.
Is in a real Manx.
Agreed.
The coolness would be owning a knockoff and taking it out and beating it up.
Yeah.
I think a true Manx would be a lot more.
Do you have dual exhaust on yours coming out the back of it?
I've got. I'm trying to think. I did have the trumpets, they called them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I found out that you lose about 20% efficiency, so I changed it to a Myers Manx, what they call a sidewinder.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With one. Yep.
So
One
the
off
back
side.
pressure made that much more power in the engine.
Oh yeah, and most people were running little 40 horsepower motors back
right
in the day.
Sure.
And 20% can make a big difference.
Big
But
difference.
you know when you
Yeah, and you're running 120.
I was going to say 40 horsepower without a body on it and a fiberglass body on it. I mean, that was a lot.
Yeah,
And that was not unusual for just a typical Volkswagen Bug back then.
1,200-pound Volkswagen, pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah.
Just to get back with you for a second here, I was looking at these notes that I made. Myers produced approximately 5,000 Myers Manx, and then the copiers came in with almost 300,000.
Oh my gosh.
This was in the late 60s into the 70s.
What a shame that he didn't copyright that.
I know.
Yeah, but back in the 60s, you didn't have things like you do now where
Well,
things
that's
move
true.
that fast. And you really didn't have to worry about it too much.
But from what you said there, these copiers came in right behind him. And
Exactly.
I mean, it was, here you go.
Yeah.
There was no, because for a novice, somebody like myself that doesn't really know, that's a dune buggy, that's a dune buggy. They look alike.
Right.
What
No
makes
big
it
deal.
uniquely a Manx? right?
And out in California, with all the fiberglass surfboards, the technology was there. Take a a mold of an original, and boom, you're off and running.
And
Right
Volkswagens are a dime a dozen
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, back then.
Well, they were then.
You know, it didn't matter what Volkswagen it was. All you needed was the pan. You could do whatever you want to the engine.
Yep.
And, you know.
Tub it out, throw an LS
Well,
in.
they didn't change the bug at all until what, 70? Was it the early 70s that they actually reinvented the original? And for most people, they can't even tell the difference with that.
Well, they
reinvention.
did in the engine, though. The engine originally was an 1100.
Yeah, 1100 cc's, 1300. So they were like 36 horse. Then they went up to 40 to up into the 50s. But also, you guys made me think here in the 60s when the buggy started taking off, Corvair engines were a big item too.
Yes.
I don't know
and there were a
anything
lot
about
of
them.
swaps that they would swap in a Corvair engine. They even put
flat
Corvair
six.
engines into airplanes.
Yep.
Did you know
Oh,
that?
yeah, for the air, because they were air
Air
Cooled,
cooled. Yep.
And fast forward to today, the guys that really race these things out in the Baja Desert in California, they're putting water-cooled Subaru motors because, you know, they're a little more reliable. They start with 150, 160 horse and go
Right.
up.
You get them up to 300 horse very easily, little turbocharged engines.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me that wouldn't be a wild ride in a. So what's your Manx way?
I actually haven't taken it to like a truck stop. but
Rough guess.
It's about 1,200 pounds.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. It's
So it
pretty
weighs
light.
nothing.
Put a Tucker helicopter motor in there.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot of fun having this car. We named it Das Little Beast after our little German Schnauzer.
So that's what's on your shoulder there. I was wondering what that
Yeah,
was.
I had some guys in marketing help me with a little logo. And since I didn't want to get sued, I made sure we changed it and got okay from Winnie
I
Myers.
thought maybe it was bit by the dog or something in the shoulder.
Yeah.
That's on Sunday mornings.
Well, that's cool that
It's
you
hair
got a
of the dog, I
relationship
think.
with
Hair
the
of the dog,
Myers
there you go.
family as well.
I still
over the years.
It's a big deal. I was born in Stuttgart, Germany, so I've always had a love for German cars, and pretty much kept in the VW family. I think my next dream would be, I'd like to build a 356 Porsche replica.
I was thinking if you keep it in the
Replica.
family, you need the Porsche.
I need the replica. The big. I don't have the $250,000 for the real.
Ah, sure you
deal.
do.
So were there any people were putting the Porsche Flat Six into a Manx?
There's been a few, yeah, but few and far between that
Do you
I
ever think
recall.
the fitment in the back would look kind of weird?
Yeah, there's some guys going with. You guys have to help me here. It's a Chevy. It came out of. Oh gosh, is it a G? I can't think of the name of it, but I've seen a few of them put them in. It came out of the Chevy Cobalt, I believe.
Okay, a little
It's a
eco.
Big chunk of metal in the back, but guys are starting to put those in now.
They put them in sideways?
Well, but
yeah,
they're mounted sideways because of the front wheel drive.
Yeah, they just take the front wheel drive whole engine and everything. I didn't realize that, but yeah, that wouldn't surprise me because that would be fitment wise might not be difficult to do.
Right, and I'm sure there's some adapter kits to go to the whatever transmission they have.
Right.
And then the next big guy on the block is a company called Acme or Berry and Buggies out of the Pennsylvania area, and they sell production frames and knockoff bodies.
I'm sorry, Acme. I go to Roadrunner. And
I hear you.
I can't afford that.
I'm looking for the hole in the floor there.
Acme. That's right. Oh my gosh! Well, it's great to have you, and it's great to catch up with you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah. Do you ever show at Autorama? Have you ever showed it at an Autorama?
Twice.
Have you? Good. Good.
The first time I was a nervous wreck and stayed with the car every day, and it ruined Thanksgiving holiday. for
Yes,
them.
it does.
The next time I made the Stallion, just dropped it off and left it.
Yep.
You know.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I have showed it a lot, and mostly I have since I'm retired now, I have a little RV with the Das Little Beast graphics, a custom tubular trailer, and we like taking that on the road to some of the shows.
Absolutely. How fun.
Well, there's Volkswagen stuff going on all around the country all the time.
You're right.
Yeah.
And
Tons
they'd
of it.
love to see your car.
Well, thanks so much for
Thank you,
stopping
gentlemen.
by. We appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Talk
Thanks,
to you
sir.
soon. All right. Time now for this hour's car review.
All right.
And let's, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and let Mr. Mike go first.
Mr. Michael
What did you say?
Mars.
I'm down here.
Are you down there?
Mr. Microphone?
Let's let
Mr.
Mr.
Michael
Microphone,
Mars.
Mike Mars, do his Ram 2500 review.
Yeah, so we're talking about the 2022 Ram Heavy Duty 2500, the Lone Star Edition. Now, this is a crew cab 4x4 vehicle. And I say that because there are 3 cab styles. You get the regular, the crew, and even the mega cab. Then you can get into 7 trim levels, and the Lone Star falls in about the middle of it. So there's a lot of choices in this vehicle. It was originally came out as the 5th generation in 2019, so they've been kind of steadily upgrading it and changing some of the finer points on it since that time. Now, on the outside of it, you're going to find that you've got the premium LED lighting all the way around, including the inside the bed. You've got lots of LED lighting inside there. You got the warning lights. You got the lights on the mirrors.
Are the clearance lights an option?
I don't know. I didn't look. I don't like clearance lights, so I didn't even look.
Well, I never understood clearance lights on a 3/4-ton pickup truck.
No,
but whatever.
I don't think so either. This is too
about
nice
the
a
ones
looking
on the
truck.
roof?
Yeah, the clearance lights.
We'll call them high fives.
Yeah. So we also had on the exterior of this one, we had the wheel-to-wheel steps that you could step up into the vehicle.
Yep.
And we also had the bed step to make it a little bit easier to get in. It kind of dropped down on the rear quarter. We were rolling on some 20-inch optional polished wheels on it. So we had the tow hooks. We had a lot of nice things in here involved. And this is a heavy-duty truck. So you're going to use it for towing, generally speaking, whether you're towing an RV or a horse trailer, something that's got some weight behind it. So it's got a few extra additions for that. But it's still a very nice truck. Now, on the inside of it, we had the premium cloth buckets. So you can get leather if
Don
you
would be happy, cloth.
But this was very nice. It's not noticeably a downgrade by any means. It was very nice. And the thing I really liked about the seats, they were wide. Sometimes you get into some of these vehicles, the bolsters are kind of thick and they stick out, particularly in sports cars. But this was more flat. It was still there, but it made the seat feel like it was bigger, like it was wider.
So it made your big fat butt fit in the seat, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
A Kardashian would be comfortable in this car.
Absolutely.
Oh.
The front seats are heated. We had the Uconnect 5. That's their new system. Comes with an 8.4-inch display in the heavy duty. We had the digital rear view camera in the rear view mirror, and I'm getting used to that, and I'm kind of starting to like that. We had the fold-up second row seats. It folds up flat, and you get the flat
That thing's
floorboard.
weird looking, by the way.
Sir?
That camera.
Rear view mirror.
It is weird, but after you've been in it a couple of days, you kind of get to where it's used to it. Yeah, and you kind of miss it if you don't.
Because you probably forgot to switch it back to the manual mode.
Well, I do that so I can see my hair and fix my hair.
Oh, me too.
What hair?
Yes. We also had the Alpine audio with the 9 speakers and a subwoofer in it, so we have plenty of sound inside this vehicle, and it's surprisingly quiet for a big vehicle out on the highway. So the audio system was really nice to have. So up underneath the hood, we had the 6.7-liter Cummins diesel. So even with that diesel engine, once it got out rolling, you don't hear it.
Isn't it Cummins?
Cummins?
There's no G on the end of it.
Cummins.
No,
Cummins diesel.
Cummins.
370 horsepower, 850 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you wanted to opt, you could get a gas engine, a 6.4 that's got 410 horsepower, but it does not have near the torque on it. So we're backed with a 6-speed automatic transmission, column shifter, which made it really nice.
Ooh.
And
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
So
The EPA doesn't rate this vehicle. So
3/4 ton they won't.
No, they don't. So I got 18.2 miles per gallon across 421.4 miles that I drove this vehicle.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a 3/4 ton truck.
Well, it's a diesel, though, and it had plenty of power, and it could go as far as you want to go on. So regardless of how I was driving it, I didn't have a big load to put on it.
Or what you called it.
Or what I called it.
How big is the gas tank?
How big a boy are you?
I don't know. I didn't have to fill it up.
boy.
I didn't have
How
to
big a
fill
boy
it
are
up.
you?
Bigger boy.
Bigger boy.
Yeah. One of the things I liked about as far as driving it goes, it does set up high. In fact, it feels like it sets up really high, and you got a big, broad view with the drivers with all the glass that's in it.
Hey,
It does have a firm ride, but it's not real rough because of the air suspension that it's got on it, and you can adjust that based on the load and stuff. Now, I will tell you that the base model price for this vehicle is $47,035. There is a $9,000 option for the diesel engine. So along with the other options that we had on this vehicle is $75,840.
Not bad considering everything that's
Conrad,
on.
for God's sake, $75,000 for a truck.
But that's in market for where everybody else is.
And if you look at the base price of the Chevy 2500 or the Ford 250, they are both in that $43,000 to $44,000 range.
Plus
so
options.
it's not very far off.
Right. That's
Okay.
right.
But as far as
market.
driving this thing is a beast. You put it out on the freeway. I was the heaviest thing I had to put in it.
Could you get in it?
I could get in it, yes.
Well, yeah, it took you
had
5 minutes to
step
crawl up in there?
You had to step
I
up.
had to park next to
But
the curb.
that's the reason it had the great boards.
You had to crawl up the tire like the critters.
We're coming down Interstate 10, coming over to the show in that thing. It's a beast. And now I see why all those guys that run the hot shots run
Get
this
out
truck.
of the way. Here comes
that
Mars.
6.7 Cummins is unbelievable.
Yes, it is. Nice truck. Get
Cummins.
it if you need a
European
load.
siren.
Cummins.
Without a G.
Cummins without a G.
Theoretically.
All right. I love it.
Killing me here, Smalls.
You know, I can't help it.
These
You
things are
just
good.
lay it out there, and I'm not supposed to say anything.
These are really
I mean,
good.
Well, I can't help it.
Cheers.
I'm done.
Talking about Ram 2500.
Let's
No,
do
you're
it.
going to get serious on us now?
Did you
I don't
hear
want
it?
to be serious
they're,
anymore.
They're releasing a Rebel 2500 with the diesel power wagon everybody's wanted. You know, they unveiled it this week at the State Fair of Texas.
They did.
Yep.
It's red.
Well, the Rebel would be.
Red Rebel.
Yeah.
I was invited to the State Fair of Texas again. Were you invited?
I was. Couldn't go.
You didn't go?
Nope, couldn't go.
How come?
Just
Obligations?
Obligations.
Yeah.
Truck rodeos next
Nobody
week.
wants
Can't
to
go
admit
that
it,
either.
but that is the largest car show in the
I
nation.
wasn't invited to the truck row. I don't get invited to that
Well, that's
anymore.
because you didn't renew your membership.
Well, I know, but nobody asked me to renew
Tawa?
my. Nobody asked me to renew my membership. I can't imagine.
Well, you could have
why.
went anyway.
No. Why would I go?
I don't know because
Do,
you want
do
to see
you
all the
go to
cars.
a party you're not invited to?
all the time.
It's not a Tahoe event. And
What is-
Conrad's right. He goes all the time. Whenever.
What do you?
Heck, I just drive through the neighborhood. I see there's a bunch of cars in front of somebody's house. I just walk in the front door.
Hey, I'm here.
And it's a wake.
It's a party.
It's a way. Well, there's another one bites the dust. This is what happens when we get long in the tooth in this
Yeah.
show.
There you go.
The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7, and I know that you have us tuned in as you go to bed at night. Through the iHeartRadio app, just look for the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. We also stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available at your fingertips from your favorite podcast source. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break from our local sponsors. Stay with us, won't you?
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having a car social. Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. It's a cruise-in like no other. Expect Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, Corvettes, and Shelby Mustangs. Get social at this first-ever event. You'll also see Gulf Coast Auto Shield's private workshop. Questions are welcomed. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway near West Airport Boulevard, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Car Social takes place Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. Tell your friends, bring your car, and enjoy this rare opportunity to see Houston's finest rides. You'll also learn about nano-ceramic coatings, ExoShield for your windshield, and XPEL window tint, among others. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Join us for Car Social at Gulf Coast Auto Shield Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Visit gcautoshield.com to see the show flyer and all the details. The In Real Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Real Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InRealTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeartRadio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeartRadio app, search for In Real Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Real Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In Real Time Car Talk.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is the In Real Time Car Talk Show. From Woody's Waterfront Car Show at the Top Water Grille in San Leon, Texas, on Galveston Bay.
What?
Just ahead. A few more guests from today's car show before we wrap it up. Later, a look at the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy. Along with Mike Out of This World Bars, King Conrad DeLong, we need more Jeff Zekin.
Yes.
A rare appearance by fabulous Mr. Engineering, David Ainsley.
He's our own Choo Choo Charlie.
And another cameo by the ever-popular astronaut, Jeff Heitzman.
There you go.
I'm Don Armstrong, and nobody cares. But we do have a guest down in the hot seat, Mr. Mars.
About 12 or 14 cars down here on the right. I want you to pay attention whenever
Wait a
you're
minute.
leaving.
One,
you're going to see a
2,
1966 Chevrolet C10 truck that is owned by Mr. Rick Cunningham, and I want you, Mr. Armstrong, to pay particular attention to what's under the hood of that vehicle.
Rick, what is it?
292 inline six.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. I'm going to come down there and hug that man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had a
Again?
Yes, I had a Blue Flame 6 in the 54 Chevy pickup truck that I had it bored, and it wasn't stroked, but I had the head shaved a little bit and the deck lined up, so it had a little bit higher compression ratio in it. I put what was called at the time a 3/4 race cam in it, so it had a little lope to it. And then I had an Iski? No, wait.
Edelbrock.
No, it was it was an intake manifold that had 2 Rochester 1-barrel carburetors on it. That thing would fly.
Yep.
I loved that motor and wish I had one today. And if I love the weird and the not out of the ordinary. Imagine that. Huh? What are you grinning about?
That word weird again.
Yeah.
So is your 292 original to the truck?
Oh, yeah. Originally, that's what came in the truck. We punched it 60 over. Found a head out of Oregon. JJ's inline 6, port and polish, big valves, 10.5 to 1 compression.
Oh wow!
It's got a Edelbrock 600 4-barrel on it. Headers.
So it's a hot rod.
It's an inline hot rod.
He would whip my butt because I had none of that, and it was an Offenhauser manifold is what I had on mine. An Offenhauser.
Well, and that's the cool thing about an inline 6. It's gobs of torque.
Yeah.
Gobs of torque down low. You know that was.
Yeah, we
that
did
was the beauty of a 6.
We did a Richmond 5-speed and 373 gear too.
Oh, so making good use of all that torque.
Yeah. It's fun to drive. It's good. It's a fun truck.
I love those 6-cylinders. Mine was the 235 Blue Flame.
Yeah.
And it was a truck motor, and it had the 4-speed transmission with the granny first in it, and it would pull the front wheels off the ground. It had so much torque.
I think the 292 that's the biggest inline six Chevrolet ever made.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Well, I mean, I am a 6-cylinder fan. As a matter of fact, my first experiences at a drag strip, I hung out with the 6-cylinder guys. That's what you do.
Yeah.
And back in the day, they were hot rodding 6-cylinders. And there were some 6-cylinders on there that would easily run the 10-second quarter mile in a 6-cylinder. Yeah. And they sounded weird, but boy, I'll tell you what, they were fierce. They would beat a lot of V8s.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun truck to drive.
So how long have you had this thing?
About 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah.
So is the engine build 9 years old?
Yes.
It is.
Yes, sir.
And it's still running strong, but you don't drive it every day.
Oh, every day.
You drive it every day?
Every day. I'm retired. I do what I want to, and I just
There
you go.
Yeah, if I'm going to ride around, I just soon shift gears and
absolutely
wrestle the no power steering front end. We did an upgrade on the brakes.
But you know what? Everybody says, "Oh, it doesn't have power steering." You know, if the front end is set up right and it's lubed right, the steering wheel.
Yeah, when it's in motion, it's
Right.
no big deal.
Right.
Exactly.
You
But
gotta
when
be
you're
moving.
when you're parked in a parking lot and you want to turn that thing, it's like
5-point turn.
That's why they made the
Big
original
steering.
no power steering cars. They had these huge 18-inch steering wheels so you can get the leverage to rotate them.
I left it on there.
Absolutely.
We did an aftermarket. I did a steering column because I was having blinker problems, and that eliminated all that. But we left the original wheel on there so I could grab a hold and wrestle it. But it's a good upper body workout for you in the morning. you know.
Get your blood going.
Yeah.
And the clutch.
It's got a center force.
But how is the pedal force on the clutch?
Tough.
It's tough.
You got to
So
use
in
both
other words,
feet.
your left thigh is twice the size of your right thigh.
It's a wheel shaker at the light. Leg shaker. You kind of bounce around a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
So you throw it neutral and wait for the light change. But it's a fun truck. It really is. I enjoy it.
Good, because I'm going to come down there and see it.
Come see it.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, come drive it.
Well, I appreciate that. I've had a Bloody Mary, so I couldn't drive it right now.
Yeah, well, that just makes it more fun.
Well,
And he has trouble shifting, stepping on the clutch with his red pumps on.
Oh, bless his
well,
heart.
there's that. I can't help that. But, so have you brought it to the show before?
Yeah, we were here 2 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't make it last year. We came 2 years ago.
Well, good. Well, I wish you luck because being a sex cylinder aficionado.
Six cylinder,
He don't need to be
66.
driving that thing. Yeah.
6 cylinder, 66. Yeah.
That's it.
He doesn't even stutter.
Yeah, great. I appreciate it.
Well,
Thanks for the time. And enjoy the show.
All right, great.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, be good.
Yeah. 6-cylinder.
In a 66.
A 6-cylinder and 66.
Oh,
That's all
man.
spelled with an
Put
E.
your teeth back in. Don.
Pretty sexy.
Get some more glue and put them in.
And this gentleman here that's sitting down going, "Oh dear God, what have I agreed to get on to this show?"
Well,
for?
Woody put him into it. This
Oh, boy, Woody.
Yeah,
David
we
Nash.
blame everything on him.
Yeah. David Nash from Corvette World.
David Nash
joining
from
us
Corvette World.
Great. How
Matter
are
of
you
fact, I
guys?
talked to you on the phone.
You have.
I have. Do you remember my phone call?
Probably not.
You're not that memorable, Don.
What was the topic?
It was Corvettes. It was
You
before
should expect it.
I bought my 2001.
So it was only like 5 years ago. Don't worry
I
about
know.
it.
And I called looking for a car. Yeah, listen, if I don't have it here, I can find it. I can get it. That was your answer. And that's what I was looking for.
It's the answer all the time, isn't it?
That's it. That's it.
Yes, it is.
You want something? I'll get it.
So nobody talked about their mother in this.
We try to keep 35, 40 cars.
But I will
Corvettes.
say this. I've never actually been there, but I looked online, talked to you, and I thought, you know what? All these cars are in line with the prices that are being asked for cars like them.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't get, I guess that you probably have higher mileage cars, but the ones that I were looking at, and that was, 35, 40,000 mile cars, one owners, generally speaking. Some of them two owners, depending on, obviously, the older the car is, more owners it's had. But You got some really nice cars.
Yeah, we try to keep, low mile, clean.
Who is it that buys your cars?
Me. I do all the buying.
Do you?
I do all the buying. Yeah. We got 2 stores, one in Houston and one in Dallas.
Dallas, yeah.
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 We sell 70 to 100 Corvettes a month.
A month?
Between both stores.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I didn't know that.
Hard work. A lot of work.
And has the used car market impacted your price value issues as it has everybody else?
They're up.
Yeah.
They're up. I've bought cars back that I sold 2 years, 3 years ago for more than I sold them for at the time.
Oh, wow.
And that's late model stuff. That's not even the old stuff.
Well, I bought a car from a famous drag racer's dad, Erica Enders, her dad, Greg Enders.
Yeah,
You know Greg?
I know Greg.
Okay. Well, I bought the 2001 black Corvette that he had.
Yeah.
And at the time, it had 16,000 miles on it. This was 4 years ago. And since then, it now has 36,000 miles on it. But, when you're married to a Corvette, you're married to a Corvette.
Right.
And I've been a Corvette guy since 1976. And so I've had a dozen of them, I think, in between time. But this particular car, it's not perfect in any way, but it's clean, and it's a 2-owner. I'm the 3rd owner of the car.
It's black.
It's black on black.
I know the
coupe.
car.
Yeah.
I know the car.
Yeah.
It was in Elite Motorsports, maybe, in Oklahoma.
Well, no.
That's who Erica races for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But this particular car, I think, originally was out of New Jersey.
Right.
And the man that owned it lived up in the Woodlands, a friend of Greg's, and he didn't drive it very much, and it was garaged the entire time. And you could tell because nothing had been done to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but I've gotten all the stuff done to it that needed to be done to it. And Greg put wheels on it and put intake on it and catback exhaust. And Jeff and I put a Hirsch shifter in. It's a 6-speed.
Oh yeah.
And it's clean. It looks good, and it it's not
They're
gooped
good
up.
cars.
They
Good
are.
cars. Yeah.
Very reliable car, and
Yeah.
that's what I was
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
Something that I could drive to Corvette meets and whatever.
Drive it anywhere you want.
Yeah,
to.
I did.
Yeah.
I've been down the show thing.
Right.
I don't want to do that
No.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's way too much.
Yeah.
But those are the cars that you deal with
Yep.
all the time.
The newer, we deal in more of the newer stuff now.
C6s, C7s,
C7s,
C8s.
Really?
Mostly.
Really,
Yeah.
mostly, really.
Yeah. We sell most of our cars that we sell today is probably C8s.
Wow.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I went to the Corvette Invasion in Bastrop this past summer, and the majority of the cars that were there were C8s, and I'm going, well, wait a minute, this car's only been out a couple of years, and
Drivers.
everybody's got them.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured the other day we sold 570 C8s since we started.
Have
selling.
you really?
Oh my God.
A lot of C8s.
I didn't. It's
I
amazing
didn't
to me.
realize they were trading them that fast.
I didn't either.
So how long have you been? How often or how many times have you been to the museum?
Twice. I'm from there.
Oh,
pretty much. So,
gotcha.
It's.
Yeah, I was when I worked for General Motors. I was assigned to Bowling Green, and I loved going to the museum. And I love going to Bowling Green anyhow. It was a fun plant to go to. That the employees there take great pride in what they build. General Motors, on the other hand, doesn't always do their homework on what they produce. But the people at the assembly plant are top notch.
Good people.
Yeah,
good people.
Very top notch.
Good plant. Nice, clean.
How do you turn over cars? How often do you turn over cars? You get the car, it's on your website, it sits in the showroom for a week, 2 months.
Never know.
Different
You never
cars,
know.
different times.
It
Never
depends
know.
on the car.
You get one car, you think, I'm going to sell this car right away. 30, 60 days later, you still got it. You get
Really?
you trade for one, or you get one in. You think, this car, I'm going to have this car a while. You sell it the next day. You just, you
Yeah,
don't
who
know.
wants this yellow car with the red leather interior?
There's somebody there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember the Copo in
Yeah.
C5s. I was at the assembly plant, and they were building a yellow one with red leather interior, and I'm going, who ordered this? That's a central production, central office production car. You know, people
Right.
ordered that just because they knew it would be
Yep.
one of three.
Yep.
You know.
What's the best bargain in your mind that you've got on the showroom floor right now today?
Probably the C8. Probably the C8.
The C8.
A lot of car for the money. A
And-
lot of car for the money.
And off of the window sticker, is there any difference at all?
They're still bringing 10, 15 grand over sticker.
10 or 15 used. 10 or 15 over sticker. What would be sticker today? So why would somebody go to you and buy a car from you that I can go and order one from Chevrolet and maybe
Wait a year and a half to 2 years.
Is that what the wait is now?
Oh yeah,
That's what the wait is.
Oh,
So you can pay
me or pay him.
And most of the dealers are getting over sticker for cars. So, you know, and I have C8s that have 5 miles on them.
How do you do that?
Rolls it back.
We
stop.
We got our ways. We get them.
Okay.
We get them.
Yeah.
So what do you think the nuttiness of the C8 Z06 and the over sticker ask price on some of these? How to me dangerous is that to the market?
They're going to be up there.
Yeah.
And they're going to limit them this year.
Yeah.
They've already pulled back to where they're only going to do this first allocation this year. And in January, they claim that they're going to start back production on them. But, taking orders. But they're going to be up there.
You don't think it's going to hurt the dealers for charging so far over sticker that it turns off not only the buyer but also turns off the buyer to the dealership? Because that was a story that was going around that I actually read on the air here, I guess, a couple of months ago.
Now the guys that want them are going to buy them.
I was going to say, my opinion
They're
is,
gonna buy 'em.
you don't want to pay 50 over sticker? Get out of the way. There's 4 guys behind you that
Somebody's
will.
standing in line.
Yeah.
Because some people, the desire is just to have a low VIN number Z06 that they're going to buy and they're going to throw in a garage somewhere.
Yep.
So 10 years from now,
Or not even. Not even 10.
you can buy it for 5 miles on it, and
They've probably
at a deal.
got 5 years of people standing in line.
Wow.
for the car.
Do you have any C3s?
No.
None?
None.
You don't?
Not a one. Not a one. No
That doesn't-
C3s.
no
I don't
C3s.
have.
Do you have any
no,
C4s?
I don't have any C4s.
You have some C5s.
I do not have a C5.
Oh, wow.
Would you like one?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll take it.
Sure.
Don will sell it to
Yeah.
you what he gave for it.
Yeah.
No, you won't.
No, I won't.
Well, Don had a friend of mine, Bruce West, who just bought a C5 recently.
That's right.
Yeah, they're hard to come by. Nice cars. They're hard.
Well, the last model of the Hideaway headlights, and I mean, for what that's worth, and it's got an LS1 engine in it, solid as a rock. I've not had any problems with it.
No, you won't.
No.
2001 up, good
Yeah.
cars.
Pretty bulletproof.
Good cars.
Yeah.
97 through 99 in a C5, might stay away from.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That purple one with the yellow stripes.
There's that. Hey, I'm sure you've probably sold a few of those.
I have.
Gladly.
Yeah.
Yeah, get it out.
Yeah, we done pretty good with those cars.
Did
though.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, the pace cars and
And
stuff.
the yellow wagon wheels. That was just unbelievably
Are
ugly.
you still up on 45?
Still on 45.
Yeah.
Been there since 98.
I know. Yeah.
Between the peacocks.
Yes.
Yep. Well, it's great to meet you finally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too.
And I'm going to stop by there and just to dirty up the showroom.
There you go.
Bring in towels.
We've got a lot of people just come by and
hang out,
yeah. Visit, look
Well,
around.
but you also sell apparel and
we got
trinkets.
We got
and-
apparel. We got a full service department.
Do
We
ya?
got a full parts department.
Why did I not know that?
Yeah, we got a full service department, full parts department. A lot of hard to get parts we can get, and we got apparel and knickknacks and
Patty wax.
40.
Give the dog a bone.
40 Corvettes.
40 Corvettes.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great to meet you.
You too.
Thank you. Hope to
Thank
see you
you.
again. All right. It's time now to kind of begin to wrap things up here at Woody's Waterfront Car Show.
We got one more person to talk to?
I don't know. I don't see
I
anybody.
think we do. Frank, come on over.
Come on, Frank. Hurry.
Talk fast, Frank.
See, Frank needs a trailer to pull all the trophies he wins with his Camaros behind. Frank, I've known Frank for a while, and he has a.
We're sorry.
What did you bring today? Which one?
I brought the 68.
The red, white stripe.
No,
Or
that's
black
the
stripe.
Yeah, the gray stripe.
Gray stripe.
Yeah.
Frank has a collection of super cool Camaros.
You know, I think I might just go ahead and say goodbye now because I don't know if I can sit here with a calm mind and talk to a man that has probably a 69 Camaro Z28 with an original DZ engine in it.
No, I don't. I have a 69 RSSS.
RSSS. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever owned a 69Z with a DZ engine in it?
Never did.
Never did?
No.
Would you like to today?
I would.
Yeah?
I would. I'd like to own a 70 split bumper with the LT1.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That I could live with, too.
But
how many Camaros do you have?
I have 3.
3, and they are?
67, 68, and 69.
That's all you need.
The
there
70's
is
the
nothing
next
else in
one.
life, really. Yeah, and so how long have you had these cars?
Well, this 68 I bought for my daughter back in 1996, and we restored it, and she drove it to high school and a little bit of college, and then she didn't want it anymore, so she brings it back over to my house and says,
Here you go, Dad.
here you go.
Oh.
And he turns it into a show car.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I
I
did
went
that with-
overboard.
With my daughter, I let her drive.
You think you went overboard? you have to stop and look at
I
this
had an
car.
older Camaro. I had a Camaro as well. My daughter drove it to high school, and she didn't like it because you can't pack 20 kids in a Camaro.
Needs to have 4 doors. you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Nah, not for us.
No, that's the reason
Yeah.
you get that
Right.
car.
And
so
so
they
the other
can't do
two
that.
cars?
Oh, my 67's it's a really nice show car, and the 69's a driver. It's a hot rod.
We got Peanut Gallery here chiming in. Peanut
Yeah,
Gallery.
who are these
helping.
people over here
Peanut
yelling
Gallery.
and screaming?
It's one of the judges.
One of the judges.
One of the judges.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, whining and crying back here.
All right, so which one did you bring?
I brought my daughter's 68.
The 68 that you've massaged and
Yes.
it's all fixed up. What
Yes.
color is it? Am I going to see it out there?
Yes, it's torch red, has a bumblebee stripe on it.
Oh, I saw you pull in up front.
Yeah.
You have to wear your sunglasses. There's so much chrome under
Thank
the
you.
hood.
Thank you.
Well, the 67 has a lot of chrome. The 68 is a newer version, has a LSX 376 in it with a Whipple 2.9 blower.
With a blower.
Oh, you know, I
But
could
your
tell-
daughter didn't have that when she drove it.
No.
She wanted it.
No, and I'm going to give it to her son. I'm going to take the blower off. He's 9. When he's 16, he's going to get the car.
without the blower.
No, he's just going to give him the blower. The car's not
Here's the
figure
car.
it out.
Here's the car without the blower, and a couple of Christmases later, here's the blower.
Right, exactly.
And I can only imagine
and
how
then
that
down the
works.
line, here's the key.
Yep. Hey,
Right.
it's great for you to stop by. I wish we had more time to talk to you, but we're out of time. But
Well-
thanks, we appreciate it.
Thank
Let's
you.
get together soon.
Okay, we
All right,
will.
all right. you
Thanks,
got it.
Frank.
All right, time now for a quick break, and we'll have more of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show coming up after this.
Starting to work on your Christmas calendar? Be sure to add the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In Saturday, December 17th. You'll want to attend Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods. And get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's the Tailpipes and Tacos Christmas Edition, Saturday, December 17th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Celebrate the Christmas season with friends and family at Tailpipes and Tacos. Saturday morning, December 17th, 8 to 11. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having a car social. Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. It's a cruise-in like no other. Expect Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Porsches, Corvettes, and Shelby Mustangs. Get social at this first-ever event. You'll also see Gulf Coast Auto Shield's private workshop. Questions are welcomed. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway near West Airport Boulevard, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Car Social takes place Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon. Tell your friends, bring your car, and enjoy this rare opportunity to see Houston's finest rides. You'll also learn about nano-ceramic coatings, ExoShield for your windshield, and XPEL window tint, among others. The In Real Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Join us for Car Social at Gulf Coast Auto Shield Saturday, October 15th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Visit gcautoshield.com to see the show flyer and all the details. The In Real Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Real Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InRealTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In Real Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Real Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/In Real Time Car Talk.
Oh, Leslie, we see you. Where are you going? Where are you going? That blonde girl right there, she's headed never mind.
She's headed to the exit right now.
Yeah, trying to get away from me. Welcome back to the In Real Time Car Talk Show, and sitting in the hot seat is a dear old friend
Oh,
of
boy.
mine.
Got that right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tim Spell. You may remember the name from the Houston Chronicle. He was the auto editor for decades.
The only thing in the Chronicle worth reading.
That's right.
Everything else fit on the bottom of the bird cage.
How long did you work at the Chronicle?
38 years.
38 years.
Yeah.
Man.
And
Wow.
and you're still walking without a cane.
A little bit,
or
yeah.
a walker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've done well.
Yep.
Yep. And
That
it's
was
good to
before
see
spell
you.
check.
And I asked him before we got on the air. I said, "So, are you not doing it?" "I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Drinking."
Yeah.
I said, "What? What?"
The most exciting thing happened to me this week. I fell out of my hammock. True story.
Did you? Was it the wine or was it the straight liquor?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was a little combination.
It was the combination.
The brown water.
Yeah.
The brown water.
Brown water.
Well,
That's
it's good
it.
to see
Like
you.
that, yeah.
So, what brought you out to this?
I wanted to get your autograph.
You're a
Yeah,
liar.
yeah.
That's not it at all.
I live so close, you can see the roof of my house from here. So it's.
Can you really?
Yeah. It's just,
Seriously?
Yeah. I live in the street. End of the street. Yeah.
You live in San Leon.
Yeah. Right here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been here for a while.
Well,
it's one of those other things.
He came
that
to
you
get
missed.
you to sign the restraining order.
That's it. Yeah, you're the one
You
that
got
drove
too
the paddy
close.
wagon here to take me away. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, I've been retired and life has been good. So
That's good.
Haven't been driving any new cars.
And
so
your wife is still married to you?
I think. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
Lord.
so, yeah.
Because
She's the one that rigged up the hammock.
that's right, that he fell out of.
It's a true story. True story.
I thought he said for a moment it's a two-story as
No,
well.
true,
but
true,
no,
true.
true
Two-story
story.
hammock.
Yeah.
Well, my hearing is the second thing.
It's a
together.
bunk hammock.
But, yeah. I have been restoring an old car though. That's
Have you?
Yeah.
What have you been storing?
I have a '49 Ford Coupe.
Really?
cool.
Yeah, with
Very
a
cool.
flathead in it. Yep.
Wow.
And so I'm getting close.
It's here, down here.
Yeah, it's my garage right down the street. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How funny. Well, it's so good for you to stop by. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, and we hope to see you again soon.
Yeah.
Wish we had more time. I didn't know that you were waiting in the wings ready to get on here.
Oh, yeah,
We would have had you on from the very beginning.
Oh yeah, I could. Yeah.
But thank you so much. Good to see you. Tim Spell,
All right,
ladies and
guys.
gentlemen.
Nice seeing you guys.
You too. Well, that's a wrap for this week's In Real Time Car Talk Show. When you're on Facebook, check out our page, give us a like, tell your friends about us, and share our junk if you would please. You'll get Conrad's Unicorn hunting features along with all things automotive all week long for free. including new car reviews, upcoming events, cruise-ins, racing events, and other goodies. You can find the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. In-Wheel Time can also be heard and seen live on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central. 30-minute podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider 7 days a week. Special thanks to Top Water Grille overlooking beautiful Galveston Bay at April Fool Point Marina in San Leon,
Pelican Island over there.
Texas.
Pelican Island.
The In-Wheel Time chief engineer is David Ainsley. Our marketing advertising manager and video technical director is We Need More, Jeff Zeke.
We do.
For booking agent and podcast editor Mike Mars and Mr. Know-It-All, his royalty King Conrad DeLong.
Yay.
I'm Don Armstrong. Today's In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is produced by the incredible Mr. Limpet.
Nice.
Be sure and join us again for the next 3-hour In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, Saturday, October 8th, starting at 8 a.m. Central Time, from the confines of the luxurious Studio A in Sugar Land, Texas, on all of our In-Wheel Time Talk outlets, right here on the Smoke and Mirrors Network. Until next time, have a great